Ready?
Yeah.
Come on. I kind of
Yeah.
like that better than before. It used to be people were like down in the basement on StreamYard, and it's like, I like this better. Welcome to my channel. Not like you're a newbie here, but
I having showing my face is
I
kind of new.
know.
I haven't done that in gosh, a couple of years.
I was thinking that you had been on someone's channel. I don't remember who it was, but I had seen you somewhere once before.
Well, I've gone on Christy Crochet Creation with Christy.
Or have you, like when she says somebody
Um,
come up at the end and
yeah,
chat?
once or twice on that, and then way back when she used to do her lives with Kim, I went on their live
Oh
once.
yeah.
And then, do you know Gigi, the crochet queen? She's in Miami, Florida. She used to do Saturday. I think she still does Saturday lives. I'm just never available
Kind
anymore.
of. I don't know if I ever went. I might have gone over. Who knows? I've been
I've
all
been,
over the place
yeah,
before.
I've been on her live before.
Well, I'm
And then
glad you're
you,
here.
you had a live. I was on your live once. Like there was like a bunch of people, not a bunch, like three or four other people. So
Was it when I had the crystal?
Crystal wasn't on the live I was on. No,
Not on the live at the same time as you,
right.
but it probably would have been right in that same time frame.
Yeah, it was when you were doing the crystal. I think you called it a bot along or
The
something
bot
like that.
along, yeah,
People
that's
have.
probably yeah, yeah. But so what's good? So glad to see you. Okay,
It's
well,
fun.
I'm looking. We are live. We're just waiting for people to come in. Um, I'm going to say hi to who was here. Heidi was here. I don't know if she still is. Say hello if you're still here. And then I know that Victoria was here earlier. I can't highlight you, Victoria, because your comment was way up high, so I cannot. I am kind of in my jammies today.
I'm not in my jammies, but I brought my jammies in the Word of Plain Jana to show you. I guess I
Oh,
could have put the pants on, but
oh, there's Lorna. Hey, Lorna. Good evening.
I was trying to figure out if I could open it on my phone so I could see all the comments. I can't see all the comments.
Yeah,
Oh, there.
it's sometimes hard to read depending on your device. And I don't know, there is a way to put the chat on the screen.
I can see the chat. I just can't see all of it, I don't think.
Yeah, it's just hard. So I'll start telling people why you're here. First of
Okay.
all, tonight's planner night, and
And
last
it's all
weekend,
it's all Jill's fault. I'm a planner girl now because she got me
exactly.
into it on New Year's Eve one year.
I'm pretty sure that me and Chelsea talked you into it. My daughter Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my daughter Carrie has been on my channel doing planners before too. So, yep, we all do it. And I'm so proud of you because you have actually, before what we're going to talk about now, been mostly a budget planner. You've been pretty reasonable with the amount of things that you have bought and where you've bought it. I think you have a lot. You have a
So,
stash. I'd love to see pictures of your stash someday, but at the same time, I think you've bought a lot of your stuff on sale.
yeah. And even this event I did kind of on a budget. So, um, because it was in my town, I didn't have travel expenses, well, except for Uber. Um, my husband and son drove me like half the time, and then when it was really early or really late, I would take an Uber. But in the middle, like any movement I did in the middle of the day, they drove me. And
Right.
then I just came home and slept in my own bed, so I didn't have the hotel expenses. And
Oh,
then I
that's
purchased when it
amazing.
was, yeah, I purchased when it was a like at the lowest price. So like if you they have like an early bird price, and then if you pay in chunks, you actually have to pay like a processing fee each time.
Ah,
Paying more if you do like a payment plan. So I just moved money from a savings account of we have like a travel account that we haven't been able to use for a couple of years. Our
right.
I don't know if I've told you we have a timeshare in Florida, and the place we go got hit by
I was gonna
those
say,
two hurricanes back to back, and the place is
yeah.
it's not totally
Oh,
destroyed. It's structurally what's left is structurally sound, and there has been approval to rebuild. It's just taking a long time, and so we haven't
oh
gone for the
man.
last couple of years. We're probably not going to get to go this year. So we had like some fun money sitting there, and
And what better way to use it?
yeah.
Hi, Jeannie, and hi, Arity. We got a few people coming in. They'll get here. Okay, so I would just tell us, where did you go?
Well, so because it's planner night, I messaged Jill and I said, "Hey, how about if I share my experience at something called Go Wild?"
Go.
And Go Wild. And it's a planner conference. So
Yes.
the group that puts on the conference is called Wild for Planners. And I learned at this conference that Wild for Planners was like a offshoot from an original Erin Condren brand like fan club.
What?
Yeah.
I did
And
not know that.
yeah. So that's what I was told anyway. I didn't do any research to find that out, but I'm wearing my Naptown. Can you see
I was
my
going to say, what does your shirt say?
It says, it's probably backwards. It says Naptown Planners Go Wild, and then 2025, it has a little Indiana. So
Oh,
Naptown is the nickname of Indianapolis, because Napolis
oh,
is in
okay.
the Nap, Indianapolis. So it's Naptown is the nickname of our town.
Cool.
And there's a group, a local group of people who get together once a month. And I didn't know about them until I signed up for Go Wild.
Oh,
And then once you sign up for Go Wild, which is this planner conference, you get invited to a exclusive Facebook group. And so the person organizes and like manages, like leads the group, the planner group. She plans all the events and stuff. She is the administrator for the little group's Facebook page. Posted something in the Go Wild. Hey, anybody in the Indianapolis area? Join our club, join our group, whatever. It's free to
right.
join. And then she posted, if anybody's going to Go Wild, would you like to purchase t-shirts? And she posted like the graphic. I
Oh,
don't know who made the graphic, but it's a really nice t-shirt. It's nice and roomy and it's
that's like what
soft.
Russ is doing. He's got
Yeah.
people that are going to be going to Russ from It's Raining Yarn.
Mm-hmm.
People who are going to be going to Hirschner's when they have the big warehouse sale. He's got t-shirts. And he said, if you're going, let me know. Tell me what t-shirt you want. And then he'll give them a t-shirt. He'll meet them there and give them a t-shirt.
I'm going to have to learn more about that because Hirschner's is in the hometown of where my parents were, and I still have cousins up there.
Oh, you should go.
I could do another budget. My husband would probably be
There
like,
you go. Hi,
my husband
Debbie.
will be like, are you going to bring a truck full of
That's his
yarn home
plan.
like you brought a truck full of planners?
Hi, Sue. Hi, MG.
So anyway, that's my shirt. The Naptown Planners,
I like that. That's
Indianapolis.
awesome.
It's beyond Indianapolis. It's just the main, like the starting people were in Indianapolis.
So, how big is
So,
the group? Do you know?
well, it kind of blew up once she put it in the Naptown thing or in the Go Wild thing. So I
And
really
because,
don't.
yeah, because the whole Go
Yeah,
Wilds, everything just went right.
right.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I think probably it tripled or so with people joining the group on Facebook. We haven't had a gathering. Obviously, the conference was just last week,
Yeah.
and then they usually take kind of summers off. But a lot of them have kids, and so kids are home on the summer, or their people take vacations. So they apparently usually take summers off. So I haven't even been to like an actual meeting, but I've seen on Facebook 2 or 3 months ago, they went to a coffee shop and they just get together. They bring their planners, they bring stuff to
Stickers and,
swap. Yeah, stickers and stuff to swap.
oh, how
Just
fun.
chat about, kind of like it's kind of like the YouTube lives where we sit around and chat about what's going on
Yeah.
in yarn world. They're talking about
Yeah.
planning stuff.
Yep.
And they went to a different restaurant last month. Since I joined, every time they've planned something, I've had something else going on. It's usually on
Yeah,
a Saturday.
naturally.
Yeah. It's usually on a Saturday afternoon, and there's just been stuff happening. So, but I'm going to start going
Fun.
so they have monthly get-togethers from like August to April. And usually, well, they don't meet whatever month Go Wild is in. Sometimes it's in March, sometimes it's in April. This one was in May.
Okay, now.
And I don't think it happens all at the same time. What's your question?
How often is Go Wild? Once a year?
It's once a year. It's in the spring. That's my understanding. Okay. Last year was in Dallas, Texas in April.
Yeah.
The year before.
I haven't gotten to go to that, and I have not gotten to go to DFW Fiberfest again. And I've been wanting to go to both of them.
Yeah. I think that, so my understanding is the group, so back to the group organized 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a Erin Condren fan group. And as Erin Condren got bigger and more professional, they had to like kind of lock down their Facebook page and things like that so that it was not
more than they could handle, maybe.
Well, the reason Wild is there is because it's kind of like the naughty knitting sex stuff. It's like they would curse, they would be sarcastic.
Oh, I need to be in this group.
Stuff like that. So
I need to be in this group.
As Erin Condren got bigger and more professional, they were like, we kind of got to, that can't be in this space anymore. So, we encourage you to make your own space, and we'll join you in your space. If you're welcome in our space, you just can't be so wild in our space. So let's make your own separate space. So Wild for Planners started like that. It was like an offshoot from the original Erin Condren fan club when Erin Condren got too big to be just wide open like that. And then they kind of incorporated and got a little bit bigger. There's a membership you can buy or subscribe to, whatever. It's called Wild University. And so apparently you can pay a membership fee that's some sort of monthly rate, depending on what rate you pay determines what kinds of things you have. Kind of like YouTube memberships or Patreon or something like that, but it's like a separate standalone. They're not using something like that.
Okay. Is that somebody you know?
So no, I don't know that person. So in all the 10 years you couldn't participate. I just started doing decorative planning a couple years ago. Was that when you did that? Like 24-hour live or whatever the heck it was, 12-hour live. We're all about planning.
It's at least 3 years.
It's okay. So
I'd say 3 years.
Yeah, is when I started doing stuff like that. So I just started doing.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah. So I just started planning like 3 years ago, and then I just learned about Go Wild last year when a bunch of people I follow on YouTube, because I started watching you, Jill, talking about planning. YouTube, of course, suggested other planning people.
Right.
And so I started like watching some other
planning. You get onto a thread. Yeah, you get into a thread, and then there it comes. Here comes everything that's about it.
Right.
The algorithm of life.
Some of the people I was watching on YouTube were talking about going. They were like making their planner pages for the days they were preparing, and they were going, and then they had vlogs afterwards. I was like, wow, that looks really fun. And there's more than just like where to put stickers on the page. So there's the conference has different themes each time. And there are presentations and workshops and keynote speakers and stuff like that. So I said to myself, I was doing some journaling, some reflective journaling around my birthday. I was like making sort of goals between my birthday and the first of the year. So my birthday's in November, so it's towards the end of the year. And I was doing goals for like bucket list type stuff almost.
Yes.
As like an exercise one of the people I was watching on YouTube was doing. I was like just kind of doodling around in my planner. And I wrote out, if Go Wild ever comes within driving distance of my home, I want to go. So in my financial goals, I was like, start saving money
Right.
to be able to do this thing. And I figured I'd need like $3,000 or something. So I'm thinking this is like a 5-year thing. That's something I'm going to do by the time I'm 60.
You know, with the hotel and with
Right.
all the stuff. Yeah.
Hotels and flights and food. And I mean, parking at the hotel here was $50 or $60 a night.
Yeah.
That's
Now, how many days did Go Wild? How many days was it?
It was, so registration was on Thursday, and then there were sessions on Friday and Saturday. But they kind of say it goes from Thursday to Sunday because
Right.
registration starts at like 11 in the morning, started at 11 in the morning. And then at 7 o'clock, there was a welcome party that went to about 10. And then the sessions start at 7:30 the second day. But the second day, the tables are sponsored. And so people put whoever sponsors the table, like piles the table with products. And so they get in line at like 6:30, 5:45, something like that in the morning. And the doors don't even open until 7:30.
This is bad for me.
Now, here's how I looked at it.
This is not sounding good for me.
Here's how I looked at it. Like some people, they'll do that because they want to have, like, they want to go around and look at what's on the tables and like find the perfect place to sit based on what's there. And I was just like, I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't really care about the stuff. I'm there for the conference. It's all going to be good stuff. It's probably going to be stuff I don't have. So I was kind of like, okay, I'll just take whatever.
Now, the Dallas-Fort Worth Fiber Festival, they already have all of their stuff posted for this year. They already have the classes posted, all of that stuff. Did Go Wild do that? Did they post anything ahead of time? Did they have flyers? They have any kind of like a plan so you can say, okay, I want to go to this. I want to go to this.
Yes, but they didn't start posting that stuff until, so the conference started on the 15th. Yeah, the 15th, which was the last Thursday. They didn't start like getting into the details until late April, early May about who was going to be there and stuff.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a mystery, sort of, which is to me kind of the fun of it. So you can like go back and see what they've done in the past to get an idea of what kind of things it is.
Well, you know, the first time I ever heard about Go Wild was Heather Kell.
Mm-hmm.
Watching Heather Kell. And then the next one I heard it from was Mojo Jojo.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were some others that I watched that they just stuff that, like you said, they just popped up. And then I was like, okay, now I'm on a thread. So now I'm watching all of this stuff. And so it was interesting. I had known about Go Wild, but when it came to Dallas, you know, last year, the last couple of years with my dad, I've not been able to do some of that stuff. You know, I traveled to dad to do the dad stuff, and then
the event about the cursing. I'm just explaining why it's a separate thing. Yeah, I love the event. I want to go every year now, which
I'm just done with that one.
So yeah, you can kind of go back and see.
There you go. Go on.
Fine.
I don't allow people to say nasty things to my guests.
Oh, I somehow got. Oh, sorry.
There you go. You can just hit a button. But I took care of it because I don't go there. As long as somebody is a subscriber for 5 minutes, then they can make a comment in the chat. And I'm sure that that's what happened. They waited that 5 minutes because it took about that before they made a comment. But we're going to ignore all of that. It's now gone, and let's go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, I knew from watching other people last year, and then of course you can search for anything on YouTube, right? So you can go see people talking about past go wilds and what was discussed.
And actually, for a little while, Heather Kell had a podcast. Did you ever listen to her podcast when she interviewed, I want to say it was on Spotify. I don't know that she still does it. I think that I don't know. I don't know that she still does it, but I listened to several of them and she interviewed other podcasters. Other planners, and a lot of them talked about having met her at Go Wild or meeting each other and, all of those kind of things.
I got to meet her and talk to her.
That was one of my questions.
She's super sweet.
Okay. Let's just tell me who you've met. Who did you meet?
Well, I met Heather Kell.
Hi, Ellen.
First person I went up to. So I don't know if you've been watching her lately. She's been expressing some concerns about unexpected costs around her business.
I'm ignoring it. I know. So, I understand, but yes, I have seen. Yeah. I have seen her chatter.
Yeah. So I just went up and told her, I was sorry she was dealing with all that stuff, and I'd still be there as her customer and her viewer and whatever.
Right.
So we'll see. Yeah, but she's losing people too from it all. It's just been rough. So I just went up and talked to her about that.
That's nice. I'm glad you did.
Because I'm a local, I went up to several people, and that was like my in to talk to them. I was like, hey, thanks for coming. I hope you enjoy the city. And let me know if you want hints or tips on what you might want to go do while you got your break or whatever before you leave.
Yes.
So kind of talked to her about that. I was like, did you bring your kids? She said no. Her youngest got sick right before. And so right before she left, so she did bring the kids. So we have this amazing children's museum. So anybody I knew who had kids, that was like,
oh yeah.
My end too was, hey, if your kids are here, take them to the children's museum, because it was literally down the street. And kids the families could spend the whole day there while the planner was at the conference or whatever. So, and then I didn't know if you know Jess. I can't say her last name. She's in Australia. She's from Australia. She does bullet journaling.
Is that Jess Handmade Plans?
Okay. What is her name? I can't remember. I'll have to look at her.
Well, let me get my book and write some of these down. Okay.
I can. I'm going to look at my app real quick. So there's an app for the event that if you can only get the app once you've paid in full. Why it's making me do this?
What?
Like I have to sign in to my link or something. Well, I can't remember her name. But anyway, she does bullet journaling. I watch her a lot. And so I went up to her to say same thing, welcome to the city. And that was pretty cool to talk to her. I was like, I don't care what we talk about. I just like to hear your voice because she's got that accent.
I know. I love Australian voice. I made my series Australian.
Right.
Because I just love the voice.
Yeah. And then do you watch, what is her type? I think it's called Happy to Plan with Desiree.
With Desiree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Desiree.
She's been a happy planner ambassador person for a while. Mm-hmm. She does a lot of like budgeting stuff.
Yes.
Planner stuff.
I think Desiree. Yeah, she does budgeting stuff.
She's out in California somewhere. San Diego, I think.
Maybe so. See, Mojo Jojo's in the Springs.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have met her at some point.
She didn't go this year. She was
Amber.
She was posting she had a family wedding or something.
Hi, Angela.
But a lot of the big people weren't there. I guess that there was the original organizers and just that like founders of the whole organization and the planners of the conference. There
Right.
were 5 originals, and there's only 1 left.
Oh,
Well, there's actually 2 left, but the one that is one of the 2, she actually lives in Cincinnati, and so I think they were trying to get Cincinnati to be the location, is why it came out so late, the announcement, because
okay.
they were trying to secure a place in Cincinnati so she could be there, because
Mm-hmm.
she's very ill. I think they said she has ALS or something. She has some kind
Right.
of a serious disease.
I
And
see.
so they were trying to hold it in Cincinnati, but the convention area in Cincinnati is under major construction right now, and so they couldn't secure space.
Oh my
So
gosh,
that's why they
Cincinnati. You know
moved
where
it
my
here.
brain goes when I hear Cincinnati.
WKRP,
Yes,
the turkey drop.
that's what I grew up on.
Yeah, me too. Me
Opening
too.
that gate, open and closing that gate. WKRP.
So anyway, I think that's why it was announced so late, is because they were trying really hard to find space in Cincinnati so that original founder could be there. Apparently she's sick enough she can't even travel to here.
Right.
So there was a lot of conversation about that, about, concern over her. It was a lot smaller. I mean, there was plenty of space. It could have been the size it had been in the past as far as people going, but people
Well,
didn't sign up because it came out so late apparently this year. So there's only like 600 and some people.
probably is a changeover with just several things is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that um
Hey, Chelsea.
oh, is that Chels? Oh, she can't wait to see. Hi Chels. She can't wait to see.
Got my shirt. You missed my shirt. It's backwards. It says Snap Town Planners Go Wild 2025. That's my local planner group.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
met
so a
Heather.
lot happened. A lot was going on. But I feel like when people talk about, actually on my way there, I felt like really nauseous. I was very anxious because I was,
Oh,
from what I've seen, like, I don't know if this is the environment for me. Yes, I'm in a high school every day with 1,000 kids and 200 employees, but it's different. you know, these are all people I don't know, and I, don't know the environment. So I was actually
right.
kind of nauseous and anxious. But it was really low key when they talk about how it was different, like some of the things that were different. And then, like, I kind of missed this, or, oh, the other ones I've been to have been like ABC, whatever. I'm like, I don't even know if I'd like that.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know. I thought it was fun.
So you liked the environment. You thought the
I
environment
liked
was
the
good,
environment.
and you learned a lot.
I did learn a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
it was great. So,
So
are you ready for me to start showing stuff?
yeah, I'm gonna put myself over here on the side if I can.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. There.
Gosh, it's so big. My husband's bright green wall. I'm in my husband's office.
I
He
love
works
it.
from home. Okay, so the first day
Hi,
that you go and
Rebecca.
register, you go, I guess usually they send ahead a box that has like some goodies in it and the badge that acts as like your ticket or your entrance into all the spaces, and some other things. But I believe they had some kind of an issue. It just seemed like issue after issue for poor people trying to organize this thing. They had some kind of a printing issue or something, and so they didn't do that.
Right.
You pick everything up when you get there. So some people were kind of cranky about that, but I didn't know any different. And then this person I watched from New Zealand, or not New Zealand, well, she's from New Zealand. She lives in Australia now. She was like, that's the way it is for international people forever. It's no big deal.
Right.
So,
They're just used to that. Used to they
Yeah.
can't get their
so
stuff.
whatever. So you go up and you sign in, and then we got this bag. I have to back up. Can you see how big that is?
So wild
Hold it up next
indeed.
to my head, like Yarn Geek, Ginger the Yarn Geek.
You know
And
what?
it says, "Go
Here's
Wild
another
Indie."
funny thing because you've got indie.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another funny thing. this is the week of indie.
It is. So, tomorrow's the race. We're
Uh-huh.
having people. We're
Because
having people
Mr.
over.
Fiber's when watching races.
So usually we can't watch it here unless we actually go over there, and that's craziness.
Oh.
I've done it a couple times, but you know, I'm not an every year kind of person for that either. But anyway, it's sold out, so we're gonna be able to watch it on TV this year, which is great. That has only happened like 3 times since 1950
Wow.
when they first started showing it. So
Wow.
anyway, got this bag.
Nice.
A wild indie.
I love it.
And this is the other side. It says, "In my wild chapter."
Oh.
As I think it's showing up backwards. And then there's a book.
Yeah, I see it. That's awesome.
So the keynote speaker was an author, John Green. Do you know
Okay.
John Green? He writes young adult novels, fiction, primarily.
Well, you had heard of him too then, probably.
He's from Indianapolis.
Oh.
So, so there's a couple of movies. There's The Fault in Our Stars, and I think they've done Paper Towns as a movie, and I think they're working on Turtles All the Way Down. So anybody who has preteen or teen chapter book readers will probably know him, and if you don't, check it out.
Well, you know, we have a lot of people who read, you know, on my channel, and I know a lot of them read the young adult books.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, there's a couple of there's some tear-jerking things. Don't read them without a box of Kleenex nearby. But,
I know it.
But they're good books. So he's a local author. He was the keynote speaker. So, and a lot of planners also read. A lot of planner companies have reading journals and reading stickers and all that stuff, as we all know. So it was a good mix of things. So
Chelsea says she recognizes the name. She reads a lot now.
Your kids might be a little bit young, but both of my boys loved his books. So you might want to get them, Chelsea, and read them on your own and decide when you think you're ready to introduce them to your kids. Both of my boys loved his books.
We read them together. The books that my kids were reading, just so that we had something to talk about.
Yeah, I would always read them ahead of time just to make sure I thought they were ready for whatever it was. Especially these books have some, like Fault in Our Stars. It's like a teen romance, but they've met on like a cancer ward or something. They're both sick in a hospital.
Oh my goodness.
And there's
hey Marbell.
Serious conversations if you've never had that around your family.
Yeah.
Something certainly to talk about.
Some heavy stuff.
But anyway, both of my boys loved it. I bet your kids would love it. And it was great to read it ahead of time, and then I would read it to them. They would read it on their own. My kids are 5 years apart, so the older one used to read stuff he liked when he was younger to his younger brother. To just, have that in common. So anyway, I'm way off task anyway. So
that's okay.
Reading was part of the topic. And so we got this bag, and it was the registration stuff, the bag, and then it had this t-shirt in it.
Okay.
It says Forever Planning.
Oh.
Get close.
I like the colors.
And it's really nice. These are, these colors are there's like purple, blue, pink. These are kind of the wild for planners colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then it's got the checkerboard washi tape because of indie. And it's a really nice shirt. It's really soft. And then everybody has the same bag. So if you're going and you want to use your bag that weekend, you want to bring something along to like tie on to your bag or hook onto your bag so it looks different. Accidentally pick up somebody else's bag or they pick up yours or whatever.
See. I was going to ask you if that came with the bag.
No. So speaking of going on a budget, I didn't go out and buy something new or whatever. We have this place here called Teacher's Treasures. I can go once a month as a school employee to get stuff to use for myself or with my students. And so they had this bandana in one of the boxes we could pick up. And I thought it kind of has the color scheme.
Yeah. And another
it's a checkerboard. Huh?
Kind of like another indie thing.
Yeah, kind of checkerboard. So I got that and I tied that on there.
I saw that, Chels. HP did a book release.
Oh, did they? When did they do that? Just recently?
Yeah.
Did they do it with their teacher stuff?
I think it came out at the same time as the teacher stuff. I think it did.
So in the bag, also from Heather, this package. And there
Nice.
are 6 sticker sheets. I'll put it down here so the microphone doesn't hear the plastic as much.
You know we like the crunching around
Some
here.
people like it, some people don't. Just in
It's
case
not going to
somebody's
bother
got
me.
just in case somebody's got their headphones on, it's not like right in their ears. So it has Go Wild Indy, and then it has, the race cars and the flags.
Oh, you could do a whole spread now.
Yeah. And then
Oh, and her florals. Stripes and florals, stripes and florals.
that's not really the order it was in, so I'm going to try to put it in the order it was in. Okay, there we go. More indie stuff. And then what does this say? It says, it's got day 1 sessions, day 2 sessions, crop night, planner fair. I'll keep this out because then that will help me keep track of what I need to talk about. So, and we're just on registration, but also it has this. Can you see that?
Yes.
Planner stickers and washi tape, and she's pretty inclusive too. She's got, the different skin tones, which is nice. And then there's a whole thing on books because of the reading theme.
Nice.
She has a reading journal thing too. And then her signature flowers in the colors that match, and with her boxes that match.
Nice.
So this
Very
could be
nice
like
boxes.
mixed in for memory planning, or some of it's just generic. Like you could just pull the stuff that's Go Wild themed.
Sure. Use the other
I
stuff
didn't
on
notice-
something else.
I didn't notice this the first time, but there's like a road. This is like one big sticker. There's like a road. Can you see the road?
Yeah, I do. I see the road. Yeah.
All right, so that was in the bag. And then this is the box. This is, again, Go Wild Indy, and it has this is supposed to look like, racing stripes. And then
down the center. Yep.
It's backwards, so it's 25 for 2025. And it looks like a book.
Yes, it does. Look at that.
And then inside of it.
Is it magnetic?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It has the badge. And so it had my name on it, which is backwards. And then like rules on the back. And then the lanyard.
Rules?
Yeah, rules. Kind of the same as like you say in your, like kind of some of the stuff. Similar stuff is what Nightbot says about what to talk about and what not to talk about, and be nice. And
yeah,
you'll be
keep
bounced
the politics of the religion out and all that stuff.
Yeah, you'll be bounced if you're rude or something, or cause trouble. And then I wore this one around because it was I needed something to like weigh it down. I purchased this one from, I'll find it later.
Okay.
It's SGS or something. It used to be like Sugar Babe something. But anyway, they have a little shop, and so I got that, and then some stickers that I'll come to eventually. And then this was weird. It has a fortune cookie in it. I don't know. That was weird. Doesn't really match. And then I gotta.
You haven't opened it.
Right. I gotta cover this because it's got a exclusive coupon code.
Okay.
But
so
you can see the company. Sticker Giant is the name of the company, so they sponsored this.
Okay.
And it's cool. It's like this is like the Indy 500 logo, where there's like, in the Indy 500 logo, this is a tire.
Right.
But on here, this is washi tape. And then there's flags, like checkered flags coming out on the like 500 thing, but this is like, I don't know, paper maybe. And then all the pins.
Yeah.
Where on the logo it's like a bunch of flags up there.
That's cool.
So that was cute. That was in there. And then I got another little pin. I can take it out of the plastic. Again, get away from the microphone.
Are you going to put some of your pins on sides of your bag?
I don't know what I'm going to do because
I've had limited success with putting pins on my bags.
Yeah, because the backs fall off. I was thinking about crocheting
a banner,
something like a banner, or
I'm thinking the same thing to put back behind my chair back here on my wall.
Yeah. pins and from Go Wild, and then also just other pins I have.
Yeah.
I have a lanyard that I wear at work, and I had so much flair. They call it flair, right? And so much flair, and then so much stuff like stuffed in my little ID carrying thing, plus my keys. I
Oh,
have like 7 keys now because the more responsibility you get, careful what you wish for. You get a raise or a promotion or something, then you get like
yeah, but you got
5
to go
more
to
sets.
this locker,
5
and then you got to go to that locker, and then you got to.
Yes, you have 5 more keys, and I was having like neck problems, so I had to like figure out how to lighten my load on my. So I have a bunch of pins from work and stuff
Oh
too,
my
and then of
goodness!
course crochet things. So I'm thinking about crocheting a banner to put
You
all
just
my
put it all
different
together. That would be
pins
good.
and like some of my more special stitch markers I don't really want to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anyway, there it is. It says Go Wild Indie 2025.
And
And
the
again
flag.
with the
Oh,
and the flags. And it's, I don't know if you can tell, but the flags are kind of like my little
yes.
neckerchief.
Yeah, it is. Very
Yeah.
similar. I like it.
And then we got this pin. It's called a Sarasa Mark-On 0.5. And I think I got black ink. Some people got
Sakura.
blue.
I think that's
Sarasa.
Sakura.
Huh? Sarasa. You want me to type it?
It's Sakura. Sakura Micron, I think.
It's Sarasa. Sarasa.
Okay.
And then it's called a Mark-On. It's by Zebra. And it's a 0.5. That's backwards. 0.5. And it's black. And it's got like a grippy. This is one you can write on the paper and then highlight over it and it won't smear.
Ah.
That's what they say the good thing about that one is. And then this is a mild liner dual tip.
Mm-hmm. Also
and
a zebra.
It's also Zebra. And it's the traditional wedge highlighter and then a bullet.
Did you get to pick the color?
No, everybody got this one. It's a purple color, which is
That was
apparently
good.
a Go Wild thing. And it's new color that nobody can get except people who are at Go Wild or who work there.
Oh,
And I can't find the color now. But it's going to be released in July when their new colors come out and their new products come out in July.
So they got the exclusive, one of the exclusive colors at the deal. That's
Yeah,
nice.
we got several exclusive things.
That's
I
fun.
think it says lilac, but I'm not sure.
That's a Chelsea color.
Anyway, it's a really pretty purple color.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
And then from Organized, what's it called? Organized HQ. She's cute. I watch her too. Laura from Get Organized HQ. I'll put the QR code if anybody wants to scan it. But we got a little gratitude journal. It's tiny.
Oh.
But it's purple too. It's a color. It says gratitude on the front, and it feels nice. It's
got
soft.
a texture, like a texture feel.
It's just soft and smooth. And then it has just this little mini gratitude book. And then here's the layout. You can put, it's undated, so you can use it whenever you want.
Oh, it's got days of the week in there.
Yes. And so it's got, up here it says highlight of the week, and then this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Dashboard.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Would you call that dashboard or horizontal? I'm not sure.
I'd call this horizontal.
Yeah, I think horizontal.
And it's primarily for gratitudes, and I don't know how many pages are in it or anything. And so that's what it is. It's just 2-page things, and then there's at the back there's just like general reflections from however long you're using the book, I guess.
How cool is that?
That's cool. I don't know if she sells these or not. I really haven't looked into it, but that was there.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll go faster because we're just at the beginning.
I just need to let everybody know I did not sleep very much last night. I was up till about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I do apologize if I got stickers.
They're just, it's not stickers, it's just like printed in there. So that's the book, or that's the thing that we got. And all this stuff was, the cost of all of this was sponsored by Heather. And
Oh,
um,
well, what I was going to say is a lot of your creators, if they sponsor, if they're sponsoring at Go Wild, they will bring merchandise. So
Right.
you'll kind of like other kinds of conferences, you go around and you pick up the merchandise from different people.
So so that was the first thing I did. So I came in, I got all that, and then they have something called a planner fair. And this is a thing that was very different this year from previous years, apparently. There were only 4 like vendors in there that were there the whole time, and only 3 of them were selling stuff.
Now,
which again, if I'm going on a budget, that's okay with me.
now we might say, because people are going to wonder, because we're talking about a lot of Happy Planner stuff. Happy Planners, this is not a Happy Planner conference. This is just a planner conference. So you might have different planner companies there.
Now, Happy Planner did send, they sponsored some tables, and they did send the, they have a confetti carpet, apparently, is a thing that they do every year, I guess.
Okay.
And so there's like a background, Happy Planner branded background, and then there's like a pink carpet on the ground, and then just piles and piles of paper confetti. And then they would refresh it every once in a while, and you would they had sessions where you could be on the Happy Planner carpet with certain creators or meet and greet things. I didn't do any of those. But it was there all the time, and so people would just take turns taking
pictures there,
pictures and videos of each other, and in their groups, like one group would take pictures of one people, and then they would switch and take pictures. And so people would just like scoop up the confetti and throw it in the air, and it would flutter down. It was really cute.
Oh my gosh. That's got to be from their manufacturing somehow.
I don't know.
You know it?
Maybe. But they just kept refreshing it over and over again. So that was in that room. They had a corner where they had different people set up for different things. The first day there was one person in a corner, Callie Danielle or something like that. She was doing a giveaway. And I didn't know who she was, so I just did the giveaway, and I just was like, oh, okay, hey, hi. I didn't know her, so I wasn't starstruck or anything, but other people were. Apparently she has her products at Target and things. She moderated a panel. Then they had a little photo op area that had a backdrop that looked like books, like in a library, and they had chairs and a plant and stuff like that where you could do photo op stuff. I'm not into the photos that much, so I didn't do that either, but and then Zebra had a booth, and they had some backdrops you could take pictures in. I should have taken a picture of that, actually, even though I wasn't in it. So they had balloons, like a balloon sculpture that looked like a giant mild liner pen.
Oh my gosh.
It was cute.
How fun.
And then
do you have like any of their new line, or like?
Yes, I have some exclusive Zebra stuff that I got that we could only buy there. And won't be available online or in shops or anything until July. And then a company I had not heard of before Go Wild called Edding, Edding. It's a pen and paint pens and different kinds of pens company out of Germany. And they've just launched a US site. And so they were there. They sponsored a bunch of stuff too. And they were selling pens and markers and paint pens and stuff like that.
Cool.
And then Laurel Denise, do you know Laurel Denise planners?
I've heard of Laurel Denise, yes.
So they had a booth, but they weren't
demonstrating or anything?
They weren't selling stuff. they had their books out there so you could see what they actually look like and feel the paper and see
So
all
you'd
the
have to
different
go
layouts.
online or what?
Huh? You have to buy online.
Okay.
But they were giving stuff away, and I'm getting ahead of myself somehow because I don't have it set up that way. But
Okay.
and then
You can
Pipsticks
regroup.
was there. So let me get back into my group. So there's a thing that people do where they make different contact cards. So I'll hold up a few of them. Well, this one was something different. They get JoJo's Pretty Paper seems to be where a lot of them were getting them from, but they order like from Etsy or something, all of these contact cards.
Okay.
So let me hold up a few. So they're like tiny little sticker sheets, but they have the person's name. Like this person was from Belfast. And I think she might have a YouTube channel or a TikTok or something like that.
There we go. That might be even better.
And so there's like the stickers are supposed to kind of represent who they are, what they're about, whatever. She was fun. This person, I watch her too. She's called Amy Plans Things. Amy Plans Things.
Amy Plans Things. Yes.
Do you know her?
Yes, she's young's got kids and.
She was there.
She does the Dutch doors.
Yes, the Dutch door queen is what she put on her planner bag. That and here's another one. And so these are all like stickers, and then it has their handle on them. So I've got to go through and like follow everybody. Knight's Paper Co. I don't know. Here's a QR code if anybody wants that. I can't. I gotta put my glasses back on. Sorry, I know I look goofy. Winterfield Studios. And so there's like coffee and a giraffe and just different stuff.
Huh. Well, I like both of those things.
This person has a pretty pen and a glass of wine, a plant, and an artist palette. So like that's the stuff she's into.
Right.
This is Knit Plan Jess. Do you know Knit Plan Jess?
Is that the one you were talking about?
No.
Okay.
It's a different Jess, but she also knits and has a YouTube channel.
I don't think I know that one.
So I met her. This one was kind of interesting. This person, Move, Create, Plan is what she's called. But I don't know if this is her. This might be her, actually. This isn't the one. But somebody, so do you ever order from Planner Kate for stickers?
No.
Sometimes when you order stickers, they throw in freebies like this.
Right.
This person just collected up freebies from the year, and then she made a little sticker with her picture and her Instagram handle.
Right.
And she was passing those out as her contact cards. She didn't buy them. She just used her. So talking about budget, like doing these kind of things on budget. This person, Katie T. So she kind of went with the reading theme, but then she also made this.
Oh.
It's a glass, fused glass is what it is. A fused glass bag charm that looks like a snowman.
Cool.
This person had her little thing. But she also likes to do diamond art, but doesn't. She's like, I don't need any more big things on my wall. So just to do the diamond art, I make these little clips of things all year, and then I give them away.
That's fun.
This person was from...
Donna does that.
I think this is Japan, so she brought this little candy from Japan.
Oh.
She was handing out to people. This is somebody I met who's also in the planner group. And she's local, sort of, to me. She's just a normal, like she's not a creator or anything.
Oh, okay.
This person's kind of fun. Her name is Plannerzoid. She has a channel. She does tiny little mini planners. They're like this big. And she mostly does, I think, memory planning and stuff.
I think I've heard of her. I'm not sure if I am sub to her or not.
Well, her husband was with her.
Now, you know, I have two channels, so a lot of the planner stuff I watch on my other channel, Shiny.
So anyway, these are fun. There's just a ton of these. Some of them, and then on the
Now, did you meet most of these people and walk
Yeah,
past their
yeah,
booths? And so
yeah.
that's
They were
fun to
standing
have
next
that
to
as a
me,
memory.
standing in line to, look at the stuff or get food or wait for the doors to open.
Yeah.
This person, she was, her name is Create Plans or something like that. I think she also did, I think she might have done a presentation, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But she made this thing like on her Cricut. It's a little keychain and it says GW25, Go Wild 25,
That's fun.
2025. This
Got a
person
candle.
made, her contact information is on the back of here, but she made little tiny gift cards and she gave those out. As they call it swaps. They're swaps. This person has got that. This one has her little card and then some candy. Do you watch Aim to Plan? Amy with Aim to Plan? I like her. I just found her too
Oh,
through this Go
no.
Wild thing.
I don't know if I've watched her.
I like her. She does I like the way she does daily pages and she does them really quick.
Okay.
She'll do like 3 or 4 at a time and then it's this little keychain. I don't know why, but llamas are like the mascot of the whole thing,
Oh,
which is
really?
kind of funny because I have a lot of llamas from yarn stuff too.
Right. This fits right in.
So I like the way she does her daily pages. So, sometimes you're using like a sticker book, like a Happy Planner sticker book, and you have like 3 or 4 stickers left on pages or whatever. She like pulls them out and then she'll decide like, okay, she'll just do a quick glance and be like, okay, this sticker is really speaking to me. So I'm gonna start with this sticker, and then she just pulls other stickers from that one
And builds a
then
page.
builds from that, trying to making sure she's and like her goal with her daily pages for this year is to create decorative, to like make her daily things pretty and fun, but
Right.
also to like use up those half-used sheets and get rid of those half-used sheets. This person had tea and stevia in a
Nice.
creamer. I think they're from another country because most people in this country don't put milk in their tea.
Yeah.
There's just
Well,
more of these
actually,
little. Huh? I
it's
do.
actually, it's a new thing, and Chelsea's going to teach me how she does hers because she's been doing that.
This person put a little
Debbie Daly.
delight. Dabbler's Delight.
Dabbler's Delight. Okay.
It says, time to dabble, planning life one printable at a time.
Huh.
But she's got little sample washi tape.
Oh.
This is some kind of a patch. And then this person was another person who just took she got like a sticker pack. It says Sticker Rich. Sticker Rich. This person was from Canada, so they've got a little coffee crisp candy in there.
Ooh, you got lucky
candy.
on that one. Have you
This
ever tried
person-
that stuff? I've never tried them.
I know. I've been waiting until I showed everybody.
Okay, you know what time it is.
Oh, do you need to go?
Oh, it looks like Mr. Fiber sent him. I got to go get my medicine though.
Okay.
Oh, be right back. Hold tight.
Your son puts cream in his tea, Maribel. I put creamer in my tea, but I don't think it's a common thing. Because when I do it at work, people look at me like I'm weird. But, I also work with teenagers, so who knows? Hi. Everybody, okay, I gotta figure out how to do this. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Lorna. And Linda. Yes, Sam releases teachers. So the reading stuff came out from Happy Planner with the teacher thing. Okay. I feel like that teacher drop happened kind of sneaky. Like I did. Usually you see a whole bunch of stuff coming up. ahead of it. So I don't know if it's because it's not a big one or what, but I feel like the teacher dropped from Happy Planner just like came out of nowhere. So all of a sudden was happening. I think it happened the first day of this conference. They were saying that's why there were no Happy Planner people.
Really? At all?
At the event, and I think it's because they were doing the teacher drop.
You gonna start a
So
channel?
I'm not starting a channel. I don't have time for that.
She's just excited to share what she learned.
No, I'm just taking over Jill's for the night.
Well, I'm okay with that.
So one of the volunteers was actually the sister of somebody in my group,
Okay.
my local group, and then she made this. So I got this little
nice
keychain.
That's
It's
nice.
that like those silicone beads. This person, if you're looking for more new channels, this person's starting a channel on the 19th of June. I don't know what she's going to talk about. Let me see. It says she's into planning and tea and candles. And she's got some wine on there. But anyway, I think she's from Ohio, but has moved to whatever state this is. This is one of those states down there by y'all.
Does she have a name that she's going with for her channel?
What is her planner? Coming soon. Plan Her Therapy. PLAN.
That's cute.
Therapy.
That's cute. So she's probably going with mental. She's going with self-care, mental health kind of stuff.
Yeah. Mental health was sort of here's a couple more sticker ones. Mental health was sort of like a sub. This is a sister group.
Well, it's mental health month. So
mental health was sort of a subtopic. Somebody made this. Oh, I think I have it backwards. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I think didn't you get some bookmarks similar to this? I
haven't done it yet.
Decorated them with stickers.
A whole box of them.
And then it's got like fabric scrapped on it. This is my favorite candy. I don't know who this is. I haven't opened it yet.
I found them the other day, but now I don't know where they are.
And then like some people gave out really big things. There's like this card. It says "You're amazing."
Oh.
That you could like frame it or whatever. And then it also has some stickers and a little blue horse.
There we go. Oh, cute.
I think it's an eraser. And then one of the people I spent a lot of time with, we hung out a lot. It's let me take it out of here.
You got a journal or a notebook?
Yeah, it's a notebook or something. But it says "Go Wild Indie," and then these are like you see they're like 3D fabric, like felt. It's like felt flowers, and then it's
like a traveler's notebook.
Kind of like it's stitched, but it's just plain. So you can draw in it or write in it or sticker in it. Sticker collaging, sticker journaling was something I learned about.
Yes.
I've never done that before. And then just like the Swifties, they give out these things. So there's one that says wild, and then it has little charms that are checkered. This one, it says karma, and it's purple and blue. This one says "Go Wild Indie." This one they gave out at the Plan Jamma. It says Plan Jamma, and it's got like, she said it's dark, and then it has like is
that jammies?
Yeah, it's a pajama party, and then and then it has like a little disco ball on it. And this one says "May Bestie." And this one says just generally go wild. So it could be for any one of them. They could be left over from another one. And this one just says "Go Wild 2025." So those were the ones I got. So that's just like walking around. People hand you this stuff.
Yes.
Which I was not really prepared for. I just had like a little card that had my picture and I didn't have any stuff. It was just a little card that had my picture from Instagram and my Instagram handle. because I don't really do all this stuff. So that was just all during the day, walking around, meeting new people. People would post stuff on Facebook, then in the Facebook group, like the little diamond art one. She posted a picture of them all on the Facebook page, like she had them laid on a table and said, "I'm at this location. Come and have a, bring your coffee, have a sit, pick a thing," and that way people just come to her. Mm-hmm. And then at 7:00, they have a welcome party. So this particular year, it was in like a room in the hotel, and they had a giant, like a table. It was just this huge table, was just like one giant charcuterie board, but there weren't like separate boards. It was just like the table was the board, and it just had all the stuff you would see on a charcuterie board, but all the cheeses were local cheeses. Oh God, they were so good.
Oh my goodness.
And then they had cupcakes, and then there was a cash bar, and they had water on the tables, and then it was karaoke. And let me tell you, I'm not particularly inclined to do karaoke in front of people I know very well. I'm definitely not going to do it with people I don't know. And I did not bring enough cash for the cash bar to not care anymore. But there were people at the karaoke who I swear were like professionals. Like the one woman that sang, every song she sang, she sounded exactly like the actual artist of the song.
Oh my goodness.
It was crazy. Another woman had made up, like she sang the tune to some other song that I don't remember what it was, but she changed up the words so that the song was about Go Wild.
Oh.
And she sang.
So she must have done this before.
Yes. So that was fun. That was karaoke, and then we just kind of got to know people. But they did what they called a drop, which is where a company like puts stuff down. So this is the drop.
Hold on.
Plastic bag. And the company is Erin Condren. And so there was all this stuff in there. There are these 2 booklets. Some more flair. There it is. Wait. Yeah, like that. I just have it way down. There's a llama and pizza and a donut pin.
Right.
And then these are the snap-in bookmarks that fit in the
yeah, I've seen those on there. I have a few of those. But
I don't have any Erin Condren things other than this stuff.
But they go on the spiral.
Right. They snap into the spiral.
Yes. Yep.
But some people were saying that they have stuck this in their mushroom punches and punched over and can put them in their discs.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to try that or not. But I know that you can use the side for like a washi cutter. So like you put this down, you put washi down and just pull it off. So I might just do that. But also I'm thinking about ordering an Erin Condren notebook that's a meeting notebook, because I do go to a lot of meetings and I tend to like lose all my notes. So I thought, well, if I buy a notebook, then I can divide it into 3 for 3 different areas of my work.
Right.
I don't know if you can see that any better. The colors are like a greenish tealish color, and then a navy blue that has like a silver. Oh, the greenish teal one has like a gold colored design on it, like a metallic. And then there's like a navy one, it has like a silver metallic, and then a black one with kind of like a bronzy metallic. It's hard to see.
Hi, Tank.
It's shiny. And then these little books, there's 2 of them, and they're exactly the same inside. They're just different covers. And these are called, it's a daily journal. Every day is a new day. And so each day, and it's undated.
Cool.
And it has, so each page so this is 2 days. And it says, how I'm doing today. And then 3 goals and 3 gratitudes. And they're both the same.
Another, so like another daily reflection type thing.
Right. And then there are these 3 pins. They say they are gel pens, a 3-pack of gel pens. It doesn't say what size it is, but they are black ink. And they are got the little Erin Condren logo. They're nice. They're kind of heavy.
Have you tried using them yet?
I think I did. That one. Not that one. Yes,
It's
I
like
tried this
ballpoint
one.
pens.
Yeah. Well, they say they're gel, but yeah, they're ballpoint.
Oh, okay.
Stylish gel pens, black ink, and then these 3 colors.
Nice.
And then
Maybe they'll be kind of like a Uniball. You know, Uniball's very, very smooth.
Similar. Hi, Tank. And then this thing, oh, it's in this little purple case like this, and it says renew. Renew your spirit, your strength, your courage, your faith. And then it's it can be a necklace. It's like this. So it can be a necklace. And it says renew on this side. And then on this side has the little Erin Condren asterisk thing.
But I think that you also could wrap that 2 times on the wrist, right?
Yeah, I would not wear this on my neck. It would be too tight. But yeah, you can wrap it around your wrist.
I wonder if you could put it around your planner if it's got the right cinching amount that you could put it on your planner.
Maybe on a fat one or a big one.
Yeah.
I don't see, but I'm in my husband's office, like I said. I don't know if he's got a ruler in here. Oh my God, what a mess this drawer is. I don't see a ruler. I don't know.
It'll be the key moment when Lori opens her husband's drawer.
Oh my goodness. Well, he only has one drawer in his desk, so like everything is in there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of messy, but I don't see
that's his catch-all drawer.
It is. It is. So that was the first night. And then they also, each package had this little raffle ticket.
Right.
And they raffled off gift cards for their website. I did not win. So that was the first night. So that was called the welcome party. And then the next day on Friday was the first day of the actual sessions. And they have sponsored tables that day. So different companies sponsor the tables. Some do more than one, some only do one. Some of it's big brands, some of it's people that I've never heard of. And then, so people try to come in really early in the day, in that day. So they really don't want you to like sign. Officially, you can line up at 6, but people kind of come down earlier, like 5:30 or something, and just hang out near the area so that
is there coffee anywhere around?
No, there was a Starbucks, but it didn't open until 6:30 or 7 or something like that. I forget.
Oh my gosh.
I was again of the mind where my sleep was a little more important to me. I wanted to be rested because my main focus was the speakers. I wanted to hear what the speakers were saying. And I have enough stuff. I have plenty of stuff. I have too much stuff from my husband's perspective. I have more than I can probably ever use. I really wasn't into the stuff, and I don't love crowds. So I just was like, I'm just going to be happy with whatever. Because I don't have a ton of stuff, almost everything that people put out there is unique or new. It's going to be stuff I don't have.
Really hard to keep up.
Yeah, it's going to be stuff I don't have.
Yarn. It's really hard to keep up with all the new brands and this and that. Yeah.
And just like yarn, it's planner stuff. It's stickers. And even if I already have something like it,
right.
Great. So I didn't get there till like 7, I think. They officially started lining up at 6:30 and they opened the doors at 7:30. And there were still plenty of places to choose from. I walked around for a little bit before I sat down, but I was drawn to a table that had white balloons in the middle, and on the top was a metallic pink mylar balloon in the shape of a bow. And there's pink all over the table. And what caught my eye was the coloring book.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is the every spot had this book. It says
turn.
return these books. Return these books.
Oh,
And it's pink and it's got these pretty flowers on it. And it's just a canvas bag. And the company is called Pibby Post, which I had never heard of before. Pibby Post.
Pippy
It's a
Post.
stationery company. Oh, this might be easier.
Huh.
Maybe not because it's metallic. Anyway, PIPPI Post. And the thing that caught my eye was this. And I think you'll love this too.
Book lovers. A coloring book for book lovers.
Yes. A coloring book for book lovers. And they're kind of simple. They're a little more simple.
Yes.
So,
They're the quick and
sometimes
easy.
I'm just so spent. I can't do anything complicated.
Yes. The quick and easies. Yes. I love them.
And so most of it's about books, but this says, see, it's cute. It says little library. It's a mushroom. This one has
Thank you,
other stuff I
Cheryl.
like. Tea and knit socks, stuff like that. So this is what drew me to this table, was this color.
Right.
But it also had this cutie thing. It's a tumbler,
Right.
with a straw. And it's like
Yeah.
skinny and cute. I will actually probably give that to my daughter-in-law.
That'll go in your side door.
Not
Not everything goes in that side door. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. 52 weeks of happy quotes. You see that? It's backwards.
That's cool. Yeah, I
it
like it.
It stands up like
Oh,
this
it stands up. Cool.
on your desk, and then you can flip it a different.
Yeah.
52 weeks. So it's a different little thing every week. It's not dated, so you can
Flip and
move it
flop
around.
and do whatever. Yeah, I like that.
It'll be good for my desk at work.
Yes.
Or I could put it in the newsletter. I could put a picture of it in the newsletter even. I do a weekly newsletter. And then this little cute little case, I'll probably give this to my daughter-in-law too. It's a Kindle case.
Oh.
And it's quilted.
Yes.
See the quilting? And it's got a little Velcro.
Yep.
And it's squishy.
Nice.
And then there was also this little, it says notes.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Pink notes. I don't think it's like posted or anything. I think it's just.
I was going to say, is there any sticky on them?
I don't think so. I didn't open it yet. I'm thinking about putting some of this stuff in my daughter-in-law's stocking for Christmas, so I'm not going to open it. She'll forget about it. She's seen it all, but she'll forget about it by then probably. And then this little set of pins, it's called Book Lover Pins. I don't know why, but I thought I could cut this packaging out.
Yes.
Use it, but they're cute. They have that sort of silicone-y feel.
They're nice feel, the texture. Yeah.
And the ink is the colors. So there's a dark purple, a dark pink, a light purple, and a light pink is the ink.
That's good.
And then they have sayings on them. It says, books are my love language. And this one says, happily ever after. And this one says, book lover. And this one says, romance reader.
Oh.
I'll probably give that to my daughter-in-law, that one, because she likes, I did some color. I wrote with these.
Oh, cool. They're nice.
And I think, they're gel jotter pen set. Jotter pen set in the book lover.
That's a nice little set. It could be a travel set. It could go,
and then these
Erin
stickers.
Condren stuff.
My daughter-in-law's already claimed this one. It says
Rom-coms.
rom-coms. Books are my first love. And book lover.
Nice.
So I just, it's not a ton of stuff either. Like, this is reasonable stuff. Like I said, I could share most of this stuff with my daughter-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you have to purchase the bag of goodies? No. Okay. That was something that they had
Hard to ticket
so many of them
prices.
packed up
No,
and then
yeah.
cool.
Now there were some places that had like one of my new friends that's in my new group. They sat, two of them. They sat at the Happy Planner table,
Yeah.
and they got, I think they got 4 planners. They got 2 full size planners, and they're new. They got the new parenting layout.
Oh, so did you get to see it?
And another layout that is new, but I can't remember which one it was now. But they got 2 planners that just came out in the academic
Spring.
year, ones that start in July.
Yeah.
And then they got an undated mini that's more like a journal. And then a notebook, an undated notebook, plus some other stuff.
Nice.
mean, I would say the value of the stuff on their table was probably $75-$80.
I would say so. That
And
sounds
that
like it.
was, yeah, and that was one of the smaller tables. There were other tables that had stacks of stuff like this tall. There was like the Archer and Olive table had tons of stuff at it. I don't know what some of them were, but like I found those overwhelming. I was like, that's just too much stuff. I can't even take all that in. Like you couldn't see the tabletop at
The
all.
Archer and Olive is a niche in itself to
Right.
me. I had signed up to get one of the boxes just because that was a treat. I was treating myself to that box.
Mhm.
I had no intention to continue taking that subscription when I got it. I'm glad I got the one that I did, and I'm happy with everything I got. But I have canceled that subscription since then because it's like it's a lot. It's expensive, and that Lauren Denise is very expensive also.
Here's the thing with Laurel Denise, and I'm glad she had things out there because I've often wondered. There's some stuff. They have a new layout that I would like. I wish I would have had when my kids were little, because it stands up like this little, like that little 52 quotes thing.
Right,
It stands up like that,
right,
and it spirals on the top,
right.
and you can see the monthly is like a normal monthly size, but then at the top is your week. And
Huh.
so the weekly has boxes about this long of just lines. And so it says Monday and whatever the date is, and it's a column, and then it just says lines, and it's lined up above the Monday squares of the calendar.
So you could have
And then each
sit
day
that
of the
on your
week.
counter and
Right.
put all your kids' stuff in there, so you
Yeah.
and husband and everybody
Right.
knows what's going on.
And then you just flip that week over, and so you can see the whole month and whatever week you're on.
Yeah,
And then
it's
at the
kind of
top,
like a at a glance kind of thing.
kind of, I forget what they call it.
But her stuff
It
is a
was really
little
cool.
pricey to me.
And it's pricey, and that one I could use, but everything else is so tiny. The lines are so close together, and it's so narrow.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, she has this teeny tiny handwriting. My handwriting is too big.
You see, I would not be able to do that either. I don't like.
I could use the one on the counter, but it's just not practical for our life. Like, there's only the 3 of us here now, and things don't change that much for us.
Yeah.
It's just, but if I had 2 little kids doing 6 different things each, like I did 10, 15 years ago, it would have been great.
That at a glance thing would be cool.
Yeah, so none of that stuff cost me any extra. That was all stuff given by other people or given by sponsors. This is all I purchased. This is the bag that has the stuff I purchased. And this was in the planner
coming up.
fair. So the first thing I bought was this. And this is a new...
So that whole bag is what you purchased?
That's it. That's all the stuff I purchased.
No.
Yes. There really just wasn't that much to purchase. Like there were only the 3 shops selling stuff. I bought something from every shop, but I just didn't buy much.
Okay.
So the first
Hey, I'm not shaming you for not buying anything. I just just kind of
So,
shocked because I would like, oh, there'd be stuff everywhere and I wouldn't know how to control myself.
but see, that's the thing. That's how it was last year, is what I understand. But so they
Ah,
said there were a ton of shops there, but there were also 1,500 people there, and it was all crammed in one room. And the lines to shop were so long. I still probably would have only had one bag of stuff because I would just not tolerate. I just can't. I'm just like, no,
I
it's not
know,
that
I
important to
know.
me.
Well, now that mine is all situated here, it has really helped me to say, I
I don't
know
need
I
that.
have room for this and I have room for this.
Right. Okay, so here was this place. It's called SGS Design Co. Designs Co. So I purchased this stuff ahead of time. I don't have everything I purchased ahead of time. I ordered something ahead of time that was for helping me like leading up. So it has like the theme. It's similar to stickers like this that said "Go
Right.
Wild," but it also had like, oops, I hit a key. No, I don't. Do you want to turn on filter keys? No, sorry. I laid something on my keyboard and it was like,
No, you don't need them. Hi, Gracie.
so anyway, it's SGS Designs Co. It's the name of the company. It's probably backwards and it's hard to read anyway with her.
Probably on Etsy.
Yes, it's on Etsy. Yep. SGS Designs Co.
Okay.
It might be easier to read on that one. But again, it's backwards for you, so I don't know.
That's okay.
Anyway, I bought some stuff ahead of time that was just like boxes to go in my planner for planning. And then she had this stuff on sale at the last minute. First of all, it comes with this cute little card
Oh,
in the back. So that's another thing I could just like,
you could
I
use
could
that
punch
in
it
the
and
mini.
put it in my mini,
Yes, that could be a
or just
dashboard.
frame it or something like that.
It can also
And
be
then
used as a dashboard or bookmark.
she printed my name on a
Oh, your
sticker on the
name.
package.
Yeah.
And I think I can peel it off and put it like on a name page in
Yes.
my planner if I want to.
I would use the what you call it,
Undo.
the undo. I don't
Yeah.
have it right here. I need to put it on my cart.
So the pin I
Probably
had
up
on my
there.
lanyard came from her too. And then I had to get this because I don't know if you can see those stickers. So this is our, all around our city, we have these sculptures that are, it
Oh,
says
okay.
NDY, and then you stand in front of it, you make the I in Indy.
Oh, okay. How cool is that?
So I had to get one of those. I have a picture of myself in several places with that.
That's fun.
And then here's like a smaller version of that. But there's also our state bird is a cardinal. Our like the food for Indiana. We're a huge pork producer in this state. And so the pork tenderloin is like the food for Indiana.
Also, like the fried pork sandwich.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then this is on top of the Monument Circle, is the very center of downtown. And there's a war memorial on there. And this woman is on top of that. Robert Indiana is from Indiana. You know, this famous sculpture.
Indiana.
He's from Indiana. And so this famous sculpture, this is another war memorial. Indianapolis is second only to Washington, D.C. for the most war memorials in our city.
Oh my gosh.
This is the pagoda at the racetrack. This is the Children's Museum where my son works. And we've gone to a lot. Madam Walker Theater. I don't remember what the name of that movie was, but they just did a movie about Madam Walker. She was like the original Oprah kind of, except she made all her money selling hair products for African-American women in the 20s.
I don't know about her.
And
I
then
should know about her, but I don't.
You should, hairdresser.
I should.
And this is a shrimp cocktail. We have a famous steakhouse downtown called St. Elmo's, and their shrimp cocktail is very yummy.
Is that where St. Elmo's is? Like St. Elmo's Fire? Or is that different?
It's just called St. Elmo's Steakhouse. It's really good. It's really expensive, but man, it's worth it. Oh, and peonies are our state flower.
Are they?
Those are.
In that color or?
In any color. I think most soil in Indiana grows these kind of pinky ones.
So you must have ants.
We do.
I
Yes.
don't know if people know this.
Every morning in my shower. And I'm like,
In
how are
order
you
to
even getting
have
in here?
beautiful peonies, you
You
have
have
to
to have
have
ants.
ants because the ants pollinate them.
Yep. And I thought she was just cool.
She is cool.
And then, of course, the llamas.
Oh, well, that's a nice set.
So I think the whole thing, oh, here's my bill right here. So that was, oh, it doesn't say how much I spent. But yes, she's on Etsy. You can get her stuff on Etsy. And she has these ladies. This lady, you can get her in all kinds of different outfits. You
Oh,
can get her
cool.
in different hair colors and skin tones. And
I like the dolls. They call them dolls sometimes,
yes,
and I like them.
I don't remember how much I spent on this, but it was less than $15.
Yeah.
So not bad.
I,
Not bad.
I
So,
really enjoy buying those kits sometimes because there are times when I'm like, I don't want to look through all my books.
right.
I just want to pull it out and say, I'm going to use these. That's why those Archer and Olive kits that I'm getting, that I really am enjoying those because it's all right there. And there's plenty to do more than one spread. But,
Yeah.
you
Do you
know,
do you know Planner Kate?
I've heard of Planner Kate.
I love Planner Kate stickers. They are repositionable, and I have to move stickers several times, and they peel up. They don't tear the paper, and then they stick when you move them. Like sometimes you peel
Is
up a
she
sticker
Etsy
and it
also?
doesn't stay, huh?
Is she Etsy also?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Actually, I think she has her own website. And a good way to get in to see if you like, here I am with the budget again. She has Misfit Monday. So every Monday for $5, you can get like a Misfits package. So like maybe one sticker got torn or crooked or the color wasn't quite right. But for $5, you get a
To
package of a
know.
whole bunch of stuff. Every Monday, Misfit Monday, $5 sample pack.
Hey, Scrimshaw.
And they're normally $10 if you buy them
That
any other time. But
those packs are fun and they take up less room too.
but
And then you have like a theme for that month, and it's just I'm kind of getting into those a little bit more. I got a couple of them from Wrong Wrong. Now was Wrong Wrong there? No. Okay. Well, she's moving. She was in Houston and she's moving, so
yeah.
I didn't know if
But
she would do
again,
that.
I think that a lot of companies had made their budgets for stuff like this and hadn't heard
Mhm.
from planning Wild for Planners about Go Wild. And so by the time they got approached, they had not the budget anymore. It's like, well,
Right.
the
That's
decision
possible.
for that time frame has already been made for other things.
Yep, that's possible.
Okay, so then at Zebra, this is the only thing I'd opened so far.
Okay.
Zebra, at the Zebra thing, I bought this pen. It was $4, and it's heavy and it's gold.
Oh, nice. I
And
didn't know they did
it's
those.
so awesome. It's another one of those fast drying ones.
Right?
Let me see, what is it called?
So you don't run your hand over it and smear it.
It's also a Sarasa.
It's if it's by
Sarasa Grand retractable black ink 0.7 millimeter. So it's a medium point, and then it says proven fastest drying. It is so beautiful to write with.
oh,
Oh my God. So beautiful. And it was like $4. It writes like a $15 pen, and it feels
right,
like a
like a
$15
fancy
pen.
executive
And you
pen.
can see the ink in there, and I think you can
Yeah,
buy
I was gonna say,
replacement.
what is that?
It's like a little window. You can see the ink in there,
Hmm.
and you can buy replacement.
Well, that's good to know too.
It's nice. So when I have to take minutes in a long meeting, I'm going to use that pen. And then this is the other thing. The next thing I bought at Zebra. This is a new thing they're doing. So Zebra has a thing called Mild Liner. And it's
Yes.
mostly known for the dual tip highlighters and flare pens. They now have dot markers.
Oh.
So the end looks like it's
Yes.
like a but like a I don't know. It's bulbous.
So these like a blotter.
Yeah.
Like a
Depending
mini
on
blotter.
how kind of depending on how much pressure you put determines the size of the so that see all those different sized dots?
Yes.
You can make different sized dots with just this one. If you just tap it, it's a little. If you push down a little more, it's a little more. If you push down and like rock it or roll it, it's a little bit bigger. So you make different sized dots.
So they call those daughters?
They call them dual tip. So it's mild liner dot. Mild liner.
So what's on the other end?
Dot. On the other end is this just like the normal.
But it's bigger.
It's a little bit bigger, I think.
Like a marker.
But it's just like it's like a flare tip. Like you can write with it, but you can also make a teeny tiny dot.
That is
cool. Or you can kind of go on the side and make a line if you wanted to, but all the colors match. So this color, whatever color this is, which fuchsia. So this fuchsia, kind of like the Friends line of yarn and Hobie. You can get, do you know the Hobie Friends yarn?
I don't have a whole lot of Hobie stuff.
I watched their. I know I have one thing from Hobie, but I watch their bingo every year or every Monday.
Okay.
And they have a line of yarn called Friends. And they use the same color and dye for everything, whether it's acrylic or whatever. So you have the same color throughout, whether it's a 4-weight or a 3-weight or a whatever. So anyway, it's like this. So you can get this exact color in the highlighter and the dot and the brush. And so if you're going to use all those types of markers on one page and want all those different techniques, you can use the same color and it will match perfectly.
We have thunderstorms coming. I can hear them.
Great. Well, then let's hurry. Let's hurry. So this is a new thing for them. And this is the 10 count. And it's got
okay, so those will come out in the fall, or are they out now?
In July. Yeah. That's what they told us. So they bought that. This was $11, but I think they're going to retail for like $17 or something.
So you got a conference price kind of thing.
Conference price and early release.
Nice.
And then this is another new thing they have coming. I think this is new. It was new to me. I'd never seen them before. I had to buy them individually because they ran out of the package. But originally they had a package of 5 or 6 maybe. 5 or 6 for $4. These were 50 cents a piece. See all those colors?
Oh,
They're it's called Zensations, Zebra Zensations with a Z, like sensations, but with a Z. It's colored pencils.
Oh.
And I think they've got colors on them.
Can you replace the pencils in those? Oh.
And they've had all these colors. I don't know if they're going to come out with more colors eventually, but these were all about one of every color. I meant to buy 2 of this one, but I only got 1. But I don't know if they have colors written on it. They're not named. They have color numbers written on them. So like
maybe they plan on expanding that line.
I think so, because they're not necessarily in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's only 11, but some of these are marked number 23 and number 15. So either they only brought some of the line, or I don't know. But they started with basic rainbow, and then there's a brown and a black.
Nice.
And they feel so nice.
Well, that's an ergonomic.
Yep, they're
yeah,
triangular.
Triangular, yeah.
Can you see it? Yeah.
Yep.
Triangular. So they don't roll away. There's no eraser on them, but they just click.
Wow. I'm gonna have to check those out too. I like that.
And I don't think they'll be available till July.
Mm-hmm.
But so 50 cents each. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.50. 5.50 for all these.
So is that another introductory, like?
I don't know. It was a handwritten sign that said 50 cents. So I don't know if they're
Okay.
gonna be that price.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. They'll probably have some good pricing when it comes in. So at Zebra, I spent 11, 15, about $20 at Zebra, and I got all this stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. And then this new place that I had not heard of before called Edding
Yes.
from Germany. I bought these. It's a set of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are a little more expensive. This was 5. They're 5 glitter markers.
Glitter.
And this
You
is
say glitter?
Glitter. It's not coming out. But see, it's got German on it.
Yeah, and that's backwards, so
I know.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Glitter Viltshift. GLITTERVILTSTIFT.
Glitter inside.
Glitter inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says Glitzer Fessermaler. FASSERMALER.
Pencils.
Glitter pencils. Okay. Well, I got they had a bigger pack, but I was just trying to be good. So can you see the glitter in the caps?
Not
really. Well, it's very pretty glitter. There's a black and a green and a yellow.
Nice.
And a red and a blue.
Yeah, it's a nice sampling.
Yeah.
And when do you play around with black paper?
I have some black paper, but I haven't. And I thought this would be cool, especially this yellow one.
Yeah.
On black paper. But I did get to write with the green one. And it looks, I don't know if it's going to show up on the.
What's a marker?
It's a marker.
Is it a marker or a pencil?
It's a marker.
Oh, because I thought it said pencil.
It says pencil in German, but it says marker in English. Well, it just says glitter colors. But yeah, it's a marker. See it?
Yeah. Neat.
I don't know. I can see the glitter, but I don't think you can.
And the writing is a good size.
Yeah. And it's like, it's already dry. I can feel it.
Good.
It's got a bit of a texture, but it dries fast too.
Well, that's
so I got those, and these were $10.50 for 5 markers, but they are super nice.
Yeah, those are nice.
And it says made in Germany, and then it has some more stuff in German about what it is, but I can't. Again, I can't read it. But there's a U.S. Warehouse now and a U.S. division, so it should be available. They should be able to find these either in stores soon, but you can get I think you can get this stuff right now on their website. I don't think it's.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
But they have this tip, and they have a brush tip, and then they had a set that came in a tin. It's about this big. I think it had 15 markers in it that were micro fine liners. That also just felt really, really nice. So that was the only thing I bought from them. And then I got a bookmark, but I don't know where it is. All right. Pipsticks was the other place. Have you seen Pipsticks before?
So I've heard of Pipsticks through Summer over at
Yeah.
Summer Tips and Stitches, because she gets and I've seen their advertising on Facebook. They do
Yes.
stickers, right?
Right. They do stickers. It's a sticker subscription club. They have different types of things, but they also they had the biggest thing by far. They took up one whole corner of the meeting room where the planner fair was.
Huh.
And most of it was stuff I wouldn't probably use, but there was a couple things I bought that I thought were cute. Can you tell that this is like
it's diamond.
bedazzled?
Yeah.
It's an otter. I got this one
Pixie
for my
gem.
husband. Yeah.
Aw.
It's called, can you see it says Pixie Gems?
Yes.
What that says.
And is it like a sticker?
It's a sticker, but it's got little gems on it. Almost like
Nice.
diamond painting, but they're not quite as big.
Mhm.
They're flatter. So I got that from my husband. And then I got this little set.
Oh, that's a nice set.
I can take it out of the thing because it's
that's nice.
It's got all the crafty things on it. Now these were kind of pricey for a sheet of stickers in some ways.
Oh, it's just one sheet?
It's just one tiny little sheet. And it was $3.95, but look how awesome they are. Can you see the hollow?
It's hollow. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a fun one.
And then I just thought that was cute with the
Mhm.
it's got all the craft supplies and stuff. And then this one has planner supplies. So, these were a little high, on the high end, I guess. I don't know. I only got a couple. That's still kind of shiny, but can you see it? It's got like a planner and a plant.
They are, the resolution is really good on those.
Yeah, and these have it's hard to see. It's got tiny these little binder clips.
Okay.
These are binder clips, and that's like there. I think you can tell it's metallic.
Yeah.
And some of the other things have metallic, so those are cute. Okay, so they also had a deal where they were doing a 30% off on, I think it was your first month of the sticker club.
Okay. So if you signed up at the show.
If you signed up at the thing, you got 30% off.
Uh-huh.
And you can cancel after a month if you want. And then you got this free. It's this big bag. It says Life is Happier with Stickers. And then it has all this stuff in there.
How nice.
So I bought these things and then a couple more things I'll show in a minute, but I think I spent $35. And then my first month of my club will be $10. So $45 altogether. And then I got all this stuff, this bag. And then this is
wow, that came with a lot of stuff in it.
This is just like a notepad. It says all the things. This has 5 sheets in it, and it's a currently stickers. So it says currently loving, wishing, grateful for, eating, drinking, making, reading, listening, watching, proud of, saving for, thinking about, obsessed with, missing, and looking forward to. And there's 5 sheets. I don't know what they sell for. Does it say? No, there's not a sticker price. And they didn't really have this stuff out to buy. Alphabets.
Oh, alphabets.
Alphabets. And there's 5 sheets of there. And then there's like dots down here. And it's, can you see it's got gold? And then like 2 shadows. This is what I saw that made me pick this bag. They had different stuff inside of the bags.
Oh, the skates.
And can you see it says fuzzy? So they're
they're fuzzy?
Fuzzy. Remember the fuzzy stickers when we were kids?
Uh-huh.
So they're fuzzy, and then I had skates that look very similar
to
this.
It's giving retro vibes for sure anyway.
Instead of the cherries, mine had rainbows. And then it has these cute stickers. I'm gonna give these to my friend. Or cute cameras. I'm gonna give this to my friend because she collects cameras, old cameras.
Neat.
And then these doggy stickers, and they're also
Oh.
fuzzy. The cameras were also fuzzy. These funky sunglasses, and look, Tank would like those. It's like a sunflower.
Sunflowers. Yep.
They're also fuzzy. And then this is a package. These are like sticky note set. So this one's like,
cool.
Oh, it's glaring. This one says day off, yay, self-care. This one says have an awesome day. This is just like a priority thing. And this one is to do, don't forget in top priority. And they're just sticky notes. And then this is another one of those, they're postcards. So you could just like mail them to somebody.
Right.
But it says, I'm currently loving, eating, hating, reading, watching, appreciating, listening, and wishing. So they're actual postcards, but you could also just stick them in a journal or something.
Yeah.
And then this is
confetti.
Sticker confetti. They're teeny tiny little stickers. And then this cute pin.
Ah.
It's a koala. And it's just like a.
Yeah. You know, those I like to stick in my jars up here where I have a jar full of stuff and they just stick out at the top and they're really just fun to look at.
Yeah.
Most of those I don't use them.
I might give that to my nephew. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was my free gift, like twice as much as I actually bought.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it all coordinates. It's cute. And then of course another bag. Of course the bag smells like a beach ball.
Oh, it's one of those plasticky smells.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now they are launching a new thing at Pipsticks. Sometime in July, they think. And they're still kind of just trying to figure out how to, I think they're trying to make sure they've got appropriate like controls or something. So they're launching a new line called the Swear Jar.
Okay. So this is
these are the naughty stuff. This is the
naughty stuff. So if you're not into naughty, then
here, I'm gonna put my hat on.
Yeah,
here's the cue. So if you don't like the swear words and the naughty stuff, you can just glance for my hat. When the hat comes off, I'm done with the naughty stuff.
There you go.
Is that good?
That's good.
Grab a drink. Okay. What I bought was this stuff. I got this one also for my husband. It says, warning, I cuss a lot. And I got this one for myself.
That's cute.
Can you read it?
Cross stitchy.
Yeah. And then I got this one for my son.
Oh, that's like in that coloring book that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Already perked up.
Yeah. And then this one I got for myself. Or I might give this to my daughter-in-law. I'm not sure.
Cute.
And I definitely got this one for my crafting group. We do a lot more drinking than we do crafting.
Oh, how funny.
Sometimes we'll go to yoga and then go get drinks and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So this is group therapy in session, and there's like bottles. There's not bottles. There's glasses of wine and margaritas. And then drink happy thoughts. Everything is fine. The happiest hour. So it's not too terrible, but
that's fun.
But most of their stickers are very much for kids, and so they have this. They had in the back corner. They had this whole. All of their stuff was out in sight. They had tons and tons of stickers and lots of balloons. And then I think if you spent $50 or more, you could get into this booth and the air would blow stickers all around and you just grab as many stickers as you can.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I didn't get in to do that. I just got the other thing, but I
So
didn't really
that's
want
the
to get in there
exercise
anyway.
part of the thing.
Right. So I did spend over $30. If you spent $30 or more, and I think I spent 35 on site, and then I subscribed to the thing.
Okay.
You got a free item, and this is the naughtiest of them. So here we go.
Okay.
It's called Lama Sutra.
Oh, how funny. Oh, that's funny. That's cute.
So to see the swear jar stuff, do you remember in the I think I can take this off now because I'm not going to
Okay.
say like talk anything, show anything
Okay.
more. In the movie or the video stores, when video stores were a thing,
Like
and you
Blockbuster and
like
all that kind of
Blockbuster,
stuff.
or even like mostly the mom and pops. I don't know if Blockbuster did this or not, but there was a room in the back that had like a black curtain over it, and you had
Oh
to
yeah, you could go look at the.
go back there. So they had all these swear jar stickers. So they had their booth. It was like in a corner, and then so instead of pushed against the corner, they had it like out from the corner. And on the end of the booth, there was a plastic black curtain, and then they had a sign, and they had somebody posted there to describe, what it was. And I got to find the sign to tell you exactly what it says. They had a sign up that was kind of like enter at your own risk kind of thing.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, it says the swear jar by Pipsticks. Some stickers bring out the inner child. These are not those stickers. And then it's going to be hashtag the swear jar stickers by Pipsticks. And she thinks they're going to be coming out in July.
Oh, well, we'll have to be looking for that.
We'll have to be looking for that.
Yes,
So
I'm going to
that's
write that one down. Swear jar stickers by Pipsticks. Sounds like a fall release from a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, but she said July. She said she was hoping July, maybe even June.
Well, for
So you're gonna
planter
have to-
season, I think July would be.
That's when all the pen people said they were going to be putting out their new stuff was July.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other thing that was at in the planner fair,
I just need to stand up.
okay,
So go
was
ahead.
Laurel Denise.
Yep.
And they had these bags, and I didn't take my time with it. I should have just not done it, but you could pick up these bags, and they had markers there you could write on.
Oh, you could write on them. Okay, so you could sign each other's bags?
You could, but we didn't think about that. And then they got another little pin. It says, this is my planner coffee.
That's cute.
And it's pink.
Yeah.
So that was cute. All right. So the first session was Heather Kell. And she talked about seasons of life. Well, first of all, she said she was a teacher.
Yes.
And she was thinking about leaving her teaching job. And she had taken off a couple of days and gone to go wild. Right before she left, they told her that they were going to be cutting back. She was I don't know what you call them, media specialist, I think is what we call them now. But she said they called her the iPad lady because she would come in and teach them how to use the iPads for their classroom stuff.
Right.
They were cutting back, and they were like cutting those people in half. And so her job was going to be changing. And she had been thinking about leaving anyway. So she told her husband, we're going to go wild. I'm going to think on it. I don't know if she prays or not. She might have said she prayed on it. I don't know. But she said at the first go wild she went to, right at that event, she was so inspired by the event that she made the decision, went home and told her husband, I'm definitely quitting and I'm going to do planner stuff full time.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. But she talked about seasons of life and how like certain seasons, like in the year, the seasons are basically the same and they repeat, and they're like spring happens, then fall happens, or summer happens, then fall, then winter, and they're about the same. And it's like goes like this, and it's predictable.
The continuous.
Yeah, right. But the seasons of life, you might be in one season for 3 years. You might be in one season for 3 years, except for the 2 months here and the 2 months there, you're in a different season in those three. And so it was
Huh.
kind of interesting. So she said, for example, you know, one season she talked about being kind of transitional. Maybe that was fall. And so she said, I felt like I was in my fall season. Like I was thinking about a transition. There was definitely going to be a transition because the job was changing. So I was either going to be transitioning with the new changes in the job, or I was going to be leaving it and transitioning to doing something else for work.
Yeah.
So she said that was happening. But then there are other seasons where everything's new and bright and shiny, like release time in my world. You know, that's a spring season that happens for 3 or 4 weeks around the release.
Okay.
Winter is a time of rest. And so she said, when I had my babies, I had 8 weeks of winter when I was recovering from having babies. I was resting and calmed down.
Right.
But then, you know, shifting into summer. So it was kind of an interesting way of thinking about seasons of life differently. Like I have always thought about seasons of life more like, because of my age, maybe I'm sort of in a fall season.
Yeah.
But not really. Your season of life could be any amount of time. They don't necessarily come in order. That one season can be interrupted briefly by a different season. It was interesting.
One thing for sure is they always change.
Right. And so then at the end of her presentation, they brought around 10 books. So she had 5 different kinds there, and she brought 2 of each kind to each table, and then people could just decide. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't have any Heather Kell books, so y'all decide and I'll take what's left. And so I ended up with this one, Life and Leisure.
Life and Leisure, okay.
And it's got, so the way her books are set up, it starts with boxes.
Yes.
And so then there's the color scheme. And so the first one has books.
Yeah, she's a big reader.
Mm-hmm. And then there's 2 pages of that with the boxes. And then there's this color scheme. And then the next thing is baking.
Okay.
I might give these to my daughter-in-law too. She's thinking about, she's been doing a lot of baking for them at home. People keep asking to buy stuff for events and whatever. So now she's thinking about starting.
That's what Chelsea does. Yeah.
And then this, I don't know what this theme is. I don't know. It's just girly stuff. It's like rock star stuff.
Maybe some like self-care kind of.
Sort of. There's like nail polish and concert tickets and guitars. I think going to concerts maybe kind of thing. There's cameras. This is the next color scheme. And then there's pets.
Oh. Now I don't remember if they have pets or not.
Can't remember either. This is the next color scheme. I love this color scheme.
Yeah, that one's nice.
This green is my very favorite, and I love it paired with purple especially, but also these blue. Pink's all right too. But here's this one. It's fitness and eating healthy and water bottles and green smoothies and avocados and stuff. All right, here's the next color scheme.
It's interesting the way she laid that one out.
Yeah. This is like office-y stuff, planners and pens, but also there's like a desk scene up here. And then there's stuff you might have in your office. Oh, and they all have the dolls.
Yeah, that's different for her too. You know it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you probably don't know. You said you've never had.
I mean, I don't have any of them, but I've seen them. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't.
So the dolls are not something she typically puts in there, or she hadn't in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that theme.
This kind of looks Mardi Gras.
I love the Mardi Gras colors.
And it seems to be backyard girly party. There's drinks and there's a backyard scene. And then some girls, but then there's like Adirondack chairs and some wine and salads and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
It's like barbecue.
Yeah, but like elevated, like a girly type of barbecue.
Ah.
It's like kebabs and salads and fruit plates and stuff instead of just broths and burgers and chips like my husband would have. I like this color scheme too.
Mm-hmm. With the lemon.
And this is game night. It's got like a family room and then a couple of girls and then different games and like game night snacks, stack of board games, dice and stuff like that.
Oh.
I thought that was cute. This is the next color scheme. I never would have thought to put those colors together, but I like them.
Yeah, but I like them. Mm-hmm. I would call that
She's
more
really, yeah,
like
she's really,
jewel tone kind of thing.
yeah, she's really good at that. And this is movie night, so there's like a movie
Like
theater,
a theater. Yeah.
and there's guys in this one.
Oh, we got the guys. We've got the dates.
Maybe, yeah, maybe like a movie date night or something.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the last one. Oh no, there's one more. This is real light. I don't know if you'll be able to even see these. Yeah,
Oh,
you can kind of see it.
Very
But this is like
pastel.
a mint green and a gray you can barely see, and a
Mhm.
very light pink, and then like lavender. And it's kind of self-care, sleep, nap.
Yeah.
Mask. They're in their PJs down there. I think she's in a bed in that. Oh, it's a sloth. Look at the sloth picture.
Oh, that's it. Gotta have it now. Gotta have it now.
That's that. That's the end of
Good
that.
job, Heather.
But I think those are like $20 or something.
Did you hear it?
Thunder.
Did you hear it? I don't know if anybody can hear that.
But these are like $20 each to buy, maybe more.
Well, I know.
And she gave out like 600. Plus those bags and all that stuff at the beginning. I was just so impressed.
Well, she has quite the Patreon too.
Does she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's she's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Is she?
And she used to do clothing. I have some of the clothing.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Her and her sister had a clothing business together.
Yeah, she did talk about that, like a boutique.
Yes.
And then
they don't do that anymore. I think she does the flanning full time.
Let's see. I can't remember the order. This was the second day. I should have written it all down. Where did that thing go? Okay. So there was a panel discussion after her, and it was hosted by or moderated by Callie Danielle, Callie Danielle, Danielle.
Okay.
And she gave out these at the end.
Oh.
Again, I'm not buying any of this stuff. This is all just like stuff you get with your ticket, basically. So it's like a lanyard.
Yeah.
And it's that squishy silicone thing. And the panel was called the Founders Panel. And so it was small businesses talking about just a variety of questions. It was like an interview panel. They talked about their beginning of their companies and challenges around their company, how to manage growth, stuff like that. Because a lot of people that go to this conference have small businesses. Okay. Either they make stickers or something to do, with this stuff. And so that was the panel discussion. And one of the people so we all got this. And then
what did you find interesting on that panel? Anything that stuck out to you?
Well, because I'm not really a shop person, nothing really stuck out with me personally.
Come here, Bubby. You come
other than things that I would imagine would be an issue, like things I know you've dealt with, even with having a YouTube channel, people saying crazy stuff on YouTube, or
so like rude people or
mean or rude, or even like demanding, like they're talking about some people being demanding, like they would release a new product and people would be like, okay, great, now what's next? Almost. I was just like, can we just enjoy what just came out and like
Right.
use it for a while and enjoy each other's creativity with this product before we start demanding more? Or
Interesting.
um um
Because that is kind of, oh, excuse me, that is kind of where we're at right now with it, because, with the shorts world on like YouTube,
mhm,
everybody, and Facebook shorts and
yeah,
reels, and TikTok world and all of these things, everybody is like right now in 20 seconds.
right,
And then it's on to the new thing. It's a constant consumption of new stuff.
right. They talked a lot about, and I can kind of relate with this in my work. It's getting better, the restructuring, and it's not as bad, but like I'm the only person with my title in my building. And so technically I have every single senior on my caseload and some juniors who are graduating early. Or at certain times of the year, we're starting to transition from one class to another. I'm moving this 250 kids out, bringing in the next 250 kids kind of at the same time. And it's kind of, I'm the one responsible for all that stuff. So they
So
talked about
logistics,
keeping,
maybe, of
yeah,
keeping
somewhat,
everything
not
straight.
so much logistics, but just like take care of yourself. Stop. It's Friday
Ah,
night. Stop. You know, you need to go home and you need to relax and you need to spend time with your family or your husband or your best
yes.
friend and then come back on Monday. Stop. Take
And
care of yourself. And when
think
they're
about why
the
you're
only
doing
one,
all of this.
right? And when you're the only one, you feel like you have to keep going, keep going, and keep going, especially when you've got customers demanding things and like putting out terrible reviews and thumbs down on things and whatever. So balancing that personal and professional could kind of resonate with me too, because people can find me. I live in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
Um, I'm
Now I
just,
can imagine, yeah.
I'm in the neighborhood. I mean, somebody runs
Yeah.
into me at Kroger and I'm like trying to rush in real quick and get the groceries for,
You're just doing
you
your
know,
own thing.
right. And somebody wants to come and ask me my advice about which college their kids should go to. And I'm just, that's like a
Wow.
2 hour conversation and I've got ice cream in the cart. So, I mean, I could
Mhm.
kind of relate to that. It's sort of like the boundaries, like how to politely set boundaries with your constituency, whether they're customers or students or whatever.
Okay.
So I think that's what stood out to me. But one woman stood up and was like, she was crying about how they're just like, why are you not making enough videos? And she puts out like 3 videos a week, and people are still demanding more. I've heard Crystal Bagodet talk about this too.
She's not wrong.
Um,
Like I said, it's like a constant consumption. And I get a review of my channel in
mhm.
my YouTube studio, and it'll be in my analytics, and it'll tell me, well, your weekly um hold on, your weekly recap is here. I'm going to give you for instance, here's what I got up to last week in my creator stuff is 2 videos, which I didn't even know I put 2 out, 5 live streams, and 3 posts.
What was the most popular thing in your analytics? Like what got the most engagement?
Crotchety crochet number 12.
I bet
Is
that
that,
name is attractive.
and and it was vertical, which means it's in the
Oh,
shorts.
yeah.
Yep. And I made $11 last week. I have 4 now. I'm now up to 4K, and I made $11, but I'm not marketable.
Big spender. Big bucks.
And the most people found me on YouTube Home,
Interesting.
not my notifications. Not through my subscriptions.
And
YouTube Home.
the home is where the
It,
AI pushes things to people,
it
right?
just throws everything on the wall to see what you're going to grab. Hmm.
Yeah,
So
I can go
you
down
have
a
to take
rabbit hole in
all of
there.
that with a grain of salt,
Right.
and you have to say, why are you doing it? Because I enjoy coming on and visiting with everybody. That's why.
Right.
You know, I said something to Mr. Fiber the other day. I said I was telling everybody about my health stuff and all that, and I said they really like to know. And he says, and you really like to tell them. I said, you're not wrong.
It's therapeutic, right? To talk about it. So.
It is. It's this is and I know a lot of people that talk about that. And you said that there was a theme for this conference with mental health being this is being mental health month, and that they chose that to be the theme for the deal, right?
For some things, yeah. So they talked a lot about that on this panel about managing your own, like doing self-care for your own mental health and how
Right.
to, you know, have a thick enough skin that you can absorb feedback and filter out what's useful to you
That's
and
hard for me.
let go of what's not.
Yeah,
And then sort of that is not only good for your business, because it is good to take feedback and do things that people want,
yeah,
but making sure you're not doing it, you're not responding to the demands at the cost of your own self, your own mission. Like, don't get mission drift because somebody else is asking for something else. But also don't burn yourself out, because for
right.
the longevity of your business needs you not to burn out. It needs you not to make rash, off track, off brand decisions just because somebody in the Facebook world or whatever
And that can
social media
happen.
world was demanding it.
That
But
can
also
happen
just,
for sure.
like, your business is not going to survive if you're not healthy
Yeah.
mentally and physically. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. So
Thank
that
you,
was kind of
Susan.
interesting.
I'm really glad to have you here. I appreciate it.
So the next thing was kind of workshops. And they were sponsored by Zebra. So I got another little Zebra
Got
pack.
another Zebra pack. Any
Yeah,
any duplicates?
a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, they're pens. They're going to dry out or wear out, or I can share it with people, right? So let me see here. So I think these are new. I think. I don't have a lot of this stuff, so I don't really know.
Okay.
But there's all of these. They are tiny writing. They're also Sarasa. It's called a Sarasa R
It's
by Zebra.
Sakura. Zebra is a Sakura brand.
Oh,
Just saying, it's Japanese. It's Sakura.
yeah. Right. The Japanese stuff that comes from Japan says Sakura, and in the United States they call it Sarasa.
Okay, well maybe that's it then.
Yeah,
Maybe that's it.
I did learn that.
Okay. All right.
So in the United States, it says Sarasa,
Uh-huh.
and then it's R, whatever R means. I don't
Okay.
know, but they're all R, and they're a 0.4. I know it's backwards,
Oh
but
wow. A 0.4. I don't know if I have anything with 0.4. Well,
so
I
I
mean,
don't know if I don't know if that's what's new about it, is the
I
size.
have
I've
the
never seen it before.
microns.
I've only seen this in micron. These are gel. They're ballpoint
Okay.
gel. And this one is like navy blue. I don't know if you can tell that. Navy blue. It's really pretty. There was a big, not argument, but apparently there's a blue pen, black pen thing
Oh.
that was kind of funny. This is, they don't say what color they are on them or anything, but this is like a purple.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this hot pink. And this is just basic black. These are really nice. So I don't know what's new about them, but I think they're new, and I don't think they're available till July. I don't know if it's new colors, a new size, a new barrel, whatever. They're nice. They're very nice.
And
And then
these are all something, when they brought these to the conference, these are also all something that probably write really well on planner paper.
most of it, yeah.
And
So
journaling
here's
and that kind of
some
thing.
of the,
It could be a journal set.
could be. They
I,
didn't really say much about them. They were just like in there. So
yeah,
here's some of the duplicating. Because I bought the set. I should have probably just waited, but I really wanted the set of dot markers. So the pack have more of these dot markers in these colors. I guess I could look. I got the set right here if it's the same.
I was going to say.
Yeah. There's some duplicates, but there's some of my favorite colors. Like, so I think like this whole concept is new. The dot thing is new.
Yeah.
I don't know why they chose to gave us what they gave us, but other than this, so the first workshop thing, we got this paper. And do you know Planning with Elise? She's from New Jersey.
Yes.
So she was speaking with someone named Maribel, maybe? Marielle, something like that.
Marielle.
So she had us brain dump like things to do. And then you can also kind of see here, if I can get it close enough. See how the different size dots? So that we got these three colors because she wanted us to do red, green, and yellow. And then it was like
some color coding.
Green can wait. Red is most important. And yellow means it needs to get done, but it can wait until you get done with the most important things first. And so we did a brain dump, and then we color coded. And then I was just testing out how to make the different sizes, but so that you can see the different sizes. This is the tiny point,
right?
And then the other three are just different,
holding it at different
on the other big end.
I'm kind of excited about those.
And then she had us brain dump things that bring us joy. And so this is the pink. I think this is the purple pen of those 0.4 ones. Yeah. That I wrote with, and this was I was writing with the black of the 0.4. My handwriting is really terrible, but and then she said, so you can do that color coding, or you can take other colors. So we have these other two colors. Where were they? Where you could have one be high energy and low energy. And then you could put a second dot on there. This I need a lot of energy or focus for. This one I can do without much focus, or, while I'm doing something else or whatever. So you could code for other things that way. But she was talking about how she uses, I think it's Asana. Is that right? A digital planning thing at work. And they have the red, green, and yellow meaning certain things so that everybody can see each other's like to-do lists and tasks that are assigned to them, and who has like a lot of red on their workload. Maybe if you have a lot of green, which can wait stuff on your workload, maybe you could
pick up some of the red.
Hey, do you need some help with some of your urgent things to help or whatever? So that's why she was using. So that's why those colors are in there. I know that. But then I think these were just kind of thrown in there as like maybe just extra samples or something. I don't know. But she pointed out that you could like also have a second dot on something that needs more concentration, more time. You could. And so she had us write down like, how long do you think something will take you to?
That's really, doing it with the dot system is going to be a whole new thing that you can, instead of just underlining or check marking or whatever, it's another system altogether with the different sizes of dots and colors. That's different.
Right. She also talked about you could make different topics. So like in my work, for example, if everything I'm doing with class of 2025 could be one color and everything I'm doing for class of 2026 could be another color. or everything I'm doing for my college bound kids could be one color, and my employment could be another, and my work or my enlistment could be another. So you can just assign the colors to anything, any which way, and that way you kind of see more what's on there. And then she pointed out, because zebra has a lot of similar colors, you could match up your writing pen with your marker
Pen
and
with your coding.
everything. Yeah.
Okay,
I've
got to go dehydrate. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You can keep talking.
Okay.
Or if anybody has any questions, anything you want to ask Lori, now's a good time to slide those questions in here.
Yeah, I like the idea of color coding too, Artie. It's or Arity, sorry. I didn't see the E there for a second. I like the idea of color coding. I had seen the red, yellow, green before, but I'd never thought about like she said, she even goes to the extent of like her brand for her YouTube video and all of that, her content creation and all the things that she does has a color. And so she has all the different markers and pens and everything. If she's buying them individually, or if she's looking at a pack, she's looking at a color, like the colors of the pinks that's in there, because her brand is pink. So anytime she writes in her planner, or puts a box down in her planner that she's going to highlight something for her company, she uses the pink. And then if she's doing her day job that she does, she might use a different color that's maybe related to their logo or something. I don't know, but I hadn't really thought about like marking things around my energy level. So that was the thing I think that stuck out with her presentation, was thinking about when you write, and I can't show very well, but like after each thing we wrote down, we're supposed to guess like how much time it would take as well. If you know for sure, write it down. If you don't know, make a guess. And then when you do the task, time it and make note of how long it took. And then, especially if it's a task you're going to have to do frequently. So I, for example, do a newsletter every week. So timing how long it takes me to do the newsletter tasks, the various tasks within doing a newsletter, timing how long it takes. And then you could also color code around time and say, these tasks are, my yellow tasks take me an hour, my pink tasks take me 20 minutes, whatever. So this, Elise was saying, she was going on about how the other ways you can color code. And she talked about, she had us guess when we made our list of things to do, either write how long it takes if we know, or guess. And if you don't know, she said, especially if it's something you have to do frequently, time yourself the next 2 or 3 times you do the task, and then you'll have an average idea of how much time it takes. And then then you can start also making like a task list of something that you're doing repeatedly, instead of just saying, oh, every week I need to do this task. Also, and it will take this number of minutes or this amount of time. Yeah. And then that all led up to, and then also doing the things that bring me joy, it led up to, then we had this thing, and I didn't do it. I started talking to somebody, or I had to go to the bathroom, I don't know. But also I kind of wanted to just make a copy of this page.
You could do, yeah, you could.
Weekly planner. So it's got each day of the week plus like a notes section. So she was saying in the notes section, you can like do a key put a dot for each of the colors you're using, and then write down what that color means. So then when you're short on space, or if you're using like a Laurel Denise or something and you've got teeny tiny lines, or you're using a mini planner or something like that,
Lori is probably not going to be buying Laurel Denise.
Right. Now the one that stands on the counter, I can see that being useful for the family. But anyway, so you could put the color dot here and write out what it is, and then just put it on your day that you need to do that.
Yeah. It's like an indexing system.
Yeah, yeah, a key.
Yeah,
I think
key
it's a
system.
legend. I think the word she used was legend, maybe,
Yeah.
or maybe she used key. Anyway, the point
You
was
know,
in this note section you could dot and then write down what it
yes.
meant, and then knowing how much time it takes and how much energy it's going to be. Like, is this a high focus energy thing I need to have, or like if you're just, I'm thinking about like crochet, right? If I'm just sewing in ends, I can do that while I'm watching the movie with the family.
Yeah.
But if I have to do a mosaic where I'm establishing the counts, there the whole thing's going to be messed up. I can't have to focus on that, right? So it's kind of like that. Like, think about how much focus it's going to take. And so she said, put your most important things down first. Figure out when you're going to do them in the week, and are you putting them in the right time of day or day of week
Where you're going to have enough
where you're
time to
going to
do
have the
it.
right energy level. Then, put in your other tasks in order of importance. And then she said, and then make sure every week you're picking 2 or 3 things off your brings me joy brain dump.
To
And make
balance
sure
it
you
out.
put them on your calendar and make sure they happen. And so this again was where they sort of brought in that mental health thing. A good plan is good at mental health because you've thought through what needs to happen. You're not going to let things fall, then feel bad about yourself, or put yourself in a position where all of a sudden you're doing all this high energy, super concentrated stuff on a day when you're going to be tired. You've planned ahead. That's good mental health. But also break up all that work with something fun. So that was that one. And then the Marilee, or whatever her name was, she talked about decorating and how you can use the dot markers
I want to say it's
for
Mariel.
decorating. Mario, yeah. So you can use the dot markers as decorations too. So like if you just need to fill up a blank space, so I kind of tried it here a little bit. I just started making different size and colors of dots.
Yep. That's another fun thing. It's another thing you could color with those too.
You probably could.
You could make a dot to dot, and then you could use a ruler and make lines and then do colors. And anyway,
or you could just have there's artwork out there where you can make different, like, because some of these are just slightly different colors. Like there's 2 pinks in here that are just slightly different. There's like this yellow and orange are slightly different. These are slightly different,
right.
So you can like do some shading by just making different size dots and have it be like dot art inside of your coloring lines.
Yep.
So
I know, Arity, they need to come out so I can get some.
Now you can get dot markers from other companies. Like there's Ohuhu. You can get Ohuhu dot markers. And then there's another one. Yeah, sort of like stippling. Yeah. There's another one that I can't remember right now that has dot markers. But the point is, if you already have, the thing with these is the color matching. So like all the different styles of pens that are mild liner pens,
you can
all
do
of
the
them can be
small
the same color.
dots.
You can do small dots with just like flares that you get at the
That's the
Dollar
big flare. You could definitely
Also,
do that with big flare. And the Walmart pen and gear is very similar to the big flare, and they are less expensive. So the pen and gear, if you wanted to know, now the only difference is that over time, the tip on the pen and gear is not going to last, like, depending on how much pressure you use when you write with them, they're not going to last as long as the big flare. The tip is a little bit stronger on the big flare.
The long have been able to do similar. It's not quite as drastic of a difference of sizes of dots, but just basic Crayola markers, the skinny Crayola markers, their ends are such that you can change the pressure.
Do I have those?
Their ends are such that you can change the pressure and make some differences in your size of your dots.
Some of the paint markers are too.
Right.
Yeah, some of the paint markers.
The thing also with these is there's not as much bleed, I guess. I didn't really check that.
Yeah, that's a big thing for people in their planners, especially.
Depending on what kind of paper, yeah. So there's something about the bleed. So anyway, there's that. And then there were some new colors of the highlighters. These two new colors
Oh,
are
those
coming
are
out.
different. Kind of like a sage and a chartreuse.
I think this is called moss. I wish I could see that. There's supposed to be colors on here. I just can't see it.
Oh, how fun, Arity.
I've done that too. I was like, oh, I forgot I had this. Did you find like four different things of something you forgot you had? I did that one. So I was like, oops, I just bought one of those. I didn't know I had that. Or I forgot I had that. I don't know where the colors are, but somebody told me this one was called moss. And then I think this one has got some other like nature color, lichen maybe. They're kind of a yellowy and a
Like
yellowy green and a green.
yeah, lichen or lichen or
Yeah, but they're just that regular, like the highlighter wedge tip, and they're also they're all dual with the same thing.
Yeah, and I mean I do a lot of things where I go back to see how I did on something, like on my month. I was looking at that and I had made that page in my book, you know, for some like things to do this month. And I was actually able to cross a couple out, but I used the highlighter to do that. I just
Nice.
highlighted through it, meaning I did that. If it's not highlighted, I haven't done it yet.
I think
And
this one
those,
says it's magenta, but it sure doesn't look like that to me. I don't know. But anyway, this is a brush pen that's a new color coming out.
ooh, I like that one.
And and look at their brushes. Look how long their brush tips are.
Oh gosh. That's nice.
And then it's just again that same end. And then this was in there because they put this in there, I think, first of all, because it's a new color, but then they also you can get these almost anywhere, right? You put water in here, and then it's a brush. So you can they had us take the bag and like color with the brush marker on the bag, like lay down, color down on the plastic.
There's a way to do that. Yeah.
And then
pick it up with the brush is what you're really doing.
With the brush, yes. So I tried it right here.
I see that.
It's at the bottom. It's kind of at the bottom. But there's also, you can see some of the dots. I put dots in there too.
How did you feel about that?
Not something I would do in my planner, but maybe in an art journal or something.
Okay, I gotta mute myself for a second.
Okay. I have pastels that I used in art back in the 70s. They're still good. India ink, yeah. And the nibs too. I mean, I'm one of those people, like, I hold pens like really tight. I'm hard on like brushes and stuff like that. So I think if I'm going to get into doing any watercoloring by using this thing, where was that thing again? I'm going to use this thing or brushes or even the brush markers. It will take a lot of practice, and I'll have to do like what Elise was saying, doing things that I'm not tense. Make sure I won't feel tense while I'm doing it, because that I'll break down those brush tips and stuff.
That was Dad.
Ah.
He was just checking in because he could see we were having lightning and all that. Because he's in town and he can see this way, so he could see. He says, "Looks like it's right over you."
It's really flat where you are.
Oh yeah. Hi, Thrifty.
So you can see a long way away in the sky of that stuff.
Yes,
right?
Because it's so open out here.
So another new thing that's coming out, Zebra with the mild liner. Can you see?
Stars.
Stamp markers. Yes.
Okay,
so we got the
I have a couple that I got from somewhere. I don't even know where they came from. And They are fun, and they have different ones. Do
I
you
don't know if you can
are
see it. Can you see it? Kind of.
no? I saw that it had stars.
But see, it's not rounded.
No, it's
Like
got the
carved.
imprint,
Yeah,
right?
it's like carved on the end. And so the trick with this one is when you put it down, you can't just like go like this. It won't come out very well. See, if I just drop it, it's like got a hole in it.
Okay.
You have to put it down and then like roll it a little.
Oh, give it a little roll.
Yeah, let me do
Give
it
it a
on the
little roll. That's better, yeah. See, this one is a roller.
Ah. So you can't do just one.
No,
Yeah. So
but
these you
they're
could do,
fun
yeah.
and they're
These you
different.
can do just one, but they're like hard to line up. So I think they gave us the star stamper because of the book theme, because people were talking about how great this would be in their book journal instead of putting stickers down or drawing with their
Yes.
marker or their ink pen and then coloring it in or something. They could just do how many
So
stars they were rating the book or a movie or whatever TV show.
that this is kind of sounding to me like a blend in a way of planning and bullet journaling. Did you get that vibe from everything? From listening
Yes.
to people
Again, with the
talking?
mental health focus,
Yeah.
talking a lot about journaling and memory planning
Mm-hmm.
and um, goal setting, all that stuff. Not just your schedule.
Yeah.
Not just your schedule
Well, you
of
don't have
stuff
to.
you have to do. It's
You can
also about
have a
stuff you,
calendar,
yeah.
but what we've all been doing for so long with the Franken planning and all of that is exactly that. It's your other part of why you do what you do in your book. That's cool.
On the water pen, they were talking about watercolor pencils that you could use the water pen to blend the
Yes,
pencils.
I have heard that too. I have the Tombow
Mhm.
also.
Yeah.
See,
Can you fill
and
that? Do you fill that with water, or does it have some
no,
solution in it?
that one has a solution in it, and then I have these.
I've seen those at Dollar Tree before. I keep
Yeah,
going back to how you do this stuff on a budget.
exactly. You just fill up the little
Yeah.
canister with water, and you're good to go on those too. That was a little bitty one, and this was. I think I got these with my grabby stuff.
Yeah. Grabby, I think, had a table.
Oh, I love grabby.
Yeah. So they're gonna have this coming out too, and I don't know what else they're gonna
Okay.
have. I know they're gonna have like a flower and a heart and
Okay, that's what was like just going to ask. So is it going to be a set, and then you're going to get like a color is a flower, and then another color is a star, and then another color is. You think
they
that's what
didn't say. They didn't have
Okay.
zebra reps talking about this stuff. They just had the people who were doing the sessions say what they said. And what they said was there were going to be other shapes and colors.
Okay.
So I don't know.
We just have to wait and see then.
Right. So then the next thing was we got this Happy Planner
What
dot
is that?
Happy Planner dot grid journal. Let me take this belly.
Yeah, but that's
thing off.
big.
It's what is the measurements on here? 6 inches by this is 6 inches by 8.5 inches.
Okay.
It's got a pin thing and it's
Right.
got this thing.
But how many pages is that?
80.
Oh, it looked bigger when you first held it up. I thought so. I have one of those.
It's got the name page, but it's the dot grid.
Yes.
And it's the dark gray dot grid.
So how many GSM is it?
It doesn't say, oh, it says it's 160, but it doesn't feel like it.
So,
because I was feeling this and an Archer and Olive, that I didn't get any Archer and Olive, but somebody else was talking about it, that they got a Archer and Olive journal and they were feeling the paper and they're like, I don't think they're really.
I think they're almost exactly the same. I have two, and they are almost
See?
exactly the same. The difference is, to me, that the Happy Planner one is just slightly slicker,
Smooth.
a little smoother,
It's
and there's 110 pages in a lot of the Archer and Olive, where there's 80 in the Happy Planner.
but the Archer and Olive paper felt thicker too to me somehow, but maybe it just was the tooth. I don't know.
I didn't feel too much different between them, but that's just me.
I'm also not that picky about the
And maybe they
stuff.
change. Maybe some of their newer papers are a little bit thicker,
Maybe. 2
Yes,
ribbons. So
2 ribbons.
it's nice. So when it has a thing in the back with some stickers.
Yeah,
So
these come with. And
then
I think that one is the Stargazer, if I'm not mistaken.
It's purple.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just a lighter purple, I think, and I don't think it's got like metallic on it, but these have like a rose gold metallic.
Yep.
Some functional stickers and a couple of decorative ones. And then that came with the next speaker was Crafty Chica. Is that her name? Yeah, Crafty Chica. I had never heard of her either until.
I want to say that she's a designer.
She is. And she worked with Michaels for a while.
Yeah.
Some others.
On some of their, what is their sticker? Is it Studio 52? Is it Stickabilities? Is it
Studio 52 is Hobby Lobby, I think.
Okay.
Or is it? Or is that Agenda 52?
Agenda 52 is Hobby Lobby.
Well, anyway,
I don't know.
So here, let me see if I can post that. That's her logo. Is that coming out okay?
Uh-huh. Yes.
And then these are stickers she had made from one of her first. She told the story of when she was first an artist. She was doing she's been an artist for a long time. She was doing something else to make a living, but like in her spare time, she would do different art things and art shows and stuff like that. Somehow she got involved in doing like workshops.
Okay.
And so she had taken, you remember the pink erasers we would get for back to school the
gummy erasers.
Yeah. She would carve little designs out of the erasers and turn them into like stamps.
Yes.
She was hosting like these community craft nights, and she had a really small budget, but she was artistic. So she got these erasers that were cheap.
Probably with an X-Acto blade or something like that.
Yeah, carved out with an X-Acto blade designs, and then would go, and as she was carving them, and these are the designs. There's 2 missing, but I'll show you in a minute. As she was carving the designs, she would be thinking certain things. And so she was journaling as she was doing the work about what she was thinking. And so she put the stamp in her journal and then wrote what she was thinking while she was creating the designs.
Oh, interesting.
And then the workshops she did, and she did that with us, was she would have people take paper and choose some of the stamps and do stamps. And they were wanting you to do it in the journal, but I thought I might give this to someone, so
right.
I didn't want to work in it. But the idea is you can do this. That's one of the things you can do with journals like this is sticker journaling. So you can take a sticker, especially some people, like if there are stickers that you're like hoarding, if you're hoarding certain stickers because you just love the stickers, but you never really look at them, and you're certainly not using them if you're just keeping them. Talked about sticker journaling, where if you love this sticker You look at the sticker and you think about, what does this sticker make me feel? Why do I love this sticker so much? Why do I not want to put it in my planner, which I may never look at it again, or whatever. So you can use
So you
these
kind of
journals
write
and
the
print.
like the emotion or the attachment or whatever it is to the
Right.
sticker.
So you can put the sticker in there and then you can doodle around it and make extra drawings around it or
Right.
something like that. And then also journal about it. So I didn't want to do it in the book because I was thinking I might give it to somebody. So they also gave us some paper. And so I just picked these 2 stickers and put them on the paper and then wrote about them. And I said I selected these stickers because they feel like a similar color story and theme as the doodles I started in the last session. I am also seeing now how stars have surfaced and thinking of the first John Green book, A Fault in Our Stars. A Fault in the Stars, just another Kismet situation. I'll have to tell you the whole Kismet story, but so that's what I wrote. And I didn't go up front, but she was having, other people were doing them in their journals and they were drawing a lot more and they were saying much more meaningful things than this. But she would have them come up and they had like a top down camera at the desk up on the stage, and then the big jumbo screens you could see what was on her desk. So she'd put the journal under there and you could see what the people had chosen, like where they put the stickers on the page and what doodles they did around them, whatever. And then she would tell a story about, based on what you picked in these stickers, what stickers were you were drawn to today to put on this paper, and how this you made. Here's the story about you and who you are and what you've got going on in your brain right now.
Huh.
Because when she made the stickers, she had assigned like different meanings to each one. So she went through each sticker and talked about what the meanings were, and the stars represented accomplishment. So these are the stars I picked. This one here is one of the stickers was the stars. The stars represented accomplishment. And then the sun represents growth.
Getting tired.
I'm sorry, which was funny because that's like something I've been reflecting on and thinking about a lot lately, is accomplishments I've made and growth we've made since we're making changes at work and stuff like that.
Well, so I think that you are driven that way for stacking on your accomplishments and what you're getting done, and you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. So we got this book, we got these stickers, and we got this pin, which is another glitter pin. I don't think the glitter's showing up. And so I doodled, but I don't think you can see the glitter. It's another nice glitter. There's no, what do you call that? What do they call that when glitter comes off?
Fallout?
Fallout, yeah. No glitter, no fallout. Like it dried quick and I could rub it.
I think that's what they call it, fallout.
Yeah.
Shedding.
So I do mine in here. So that was that session. And then
oh my god.
Then
that 3 o'clock in the morning is starting to get to me. I'm sorry.
This is a doodle journal. We got this from one of the panelists. Her name is Amber. And she is very young and started on YouTube as a 14-year-old and started her company at 18. And she's like 23 now or something. So she was on that first panel talking as a founder. But she has this nice journal. Again, I didn't open it because I might gift it. And it's got doodles in it. So it's like this journal, but it's like kind of like this journal, but you don't have to draw in it. Her doodles are already in there, so you can just add to it.
You could just like color it and write in it.
Right.
What's that one called?
This one is called It's Shop ARL. I'd never really heard from her before. She's popular for this drawing she's done forever called Fredbert or Frogbert or something like that. It's a frog with pink cheeks. So it's like,
well, she probably does some like kawaii stuff. There's a lot of the doodle kawaii kind of thing. I don't know how you say that.
Yeah. She talked about being, I think her family was Chinese immigrants. I
Uh-huh.
forget. And then two other people on that panel of founders, their families were from South America somewhere. And then the fourth one's not an immigrant, but she came from a very poor background. And so that was a lot of what they talked about too, is coming from families that work really hard and how you
Yeah.
manage not working so hard, whatever. But anyway, so this is really cool. It's like a dot journal, but it's already got some of the doodles and like bullet journaling in it and stuff like that.
Uh-oh. I'm
Um,
making everybody else yawn. I'm sorry. I know it's
um,
contagious. That's why I keep covering it up. I'm like, oh, I don't.
okay, I'm gonna go faster.
Lori does
I'm gonna
that
go
to me.
faster.
Still yawning. I'm not this Lori. The other Lori. Lori's Crochet and Creations. Good night, Rebecca.
So
I'm
then,
gonna have to go here pretty soon, Lori, because
all right, well, we might have to do this again because I have only gotten halfway through my bag.
oh my
So that
gosh.
was that wasn't even the end of the first day. That was the end of the first sessions. Then we had a break from 2 to 7. I went home and took a nap.
Yeah,
And then we went back and there was a wild crop.
a what?
And a crop. They call it the wild crop. And there were workshops, more workshops.
Well, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit so I can hear you, and I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee, and we'll go a little bit longer, okay?
Okay.
But I'm gonna go get
We'll finish up day 1, and then maybe I can come back next Saturday. We can do day 2.
All right.
So we did a book swap. Everybody brought a book, and they had us do this label where we talked about, we said, what is the genre? What kind of person might like this? And then what's the first line from the book? And it was all wrapped up. So it was wrapped up in paper. So I didn't know what the book was called. I just knew that. I brought the first Wheel of Time book. And again, on a budget, I can get free books as a school employee. So I just grabbed one of the free books I always get and put it in the swap. But it was a nice book. It just happened to be free to me. I got a whole case of a 30th edition of the first Wheel of Time book, and that's what I put in mine. But what I got out was this. It's called Murder at the Flamingo, and the genre is historical. What did she write? Historical pre-war murder mystery. So it looks like it's like in like the 20s maybe, because it's got like all this Art Deco look to it. Then after we opened our books, they did a session on annotating in books. And I've annotated in books like in school, or self-help books, or books for, like if I'm doing professional development, like we're reading a book for professional development or something, I've annotated. But I've never annotated like in a novel. And so that's what this person does. And this might hurt some people's hearts, but they had us drawing in the book. So she was just showing us how to make simple roses to learn how to use the tools they gave us. But again, with a key, after we swapped our books, we got these tools. These are Tombow dual brush pens. And so again, it's dual. It's just your basic Tombow brush pens. And then there's the little marker on the end. And so we got this set of markers. And then these little, what are these called? Flags, and they match. The colors match.
And what brand is that?
Tombow.
Oh, okay.
This is a Tombow dual brush pen set. Tropical palette is what it's called. The colors are tropical palette. And These are the colors included. It's going to be backwards. The colors in it are 133, 403, 379, 803, 856, and 685. That's messing with my dyslexia right there. But anyway, they're pretty. They're tropical colors. There's some of the Go Wild colors as well. And then these match. So there's
Yeah, see, they are coming out with their coding system now, the Tombow.
Yeah, right. And then we also got a Tombow mono drawing, a Tombow mono drawing pen, which is just a black.
Ah, cool.
It's not like a micron or whatever. So these were the tools, and then we got the book. We got our book, and then what?
Good night, Cheryl.
Drew. Everybody's leaving. I'll finish this one thing, and then we'll just come back next week, and we'll do the second day.
That's all right. Mm-hmm.
You know, because it was a lot. Let's see. Where's the picture of her book? Is that it? I don't know if you can see this. Can I make this bigger? All right. Let me make it bright, the light, not as dark. Where's my brightness? I can turn my brightness down. So you know how if you're like reading a textbook, you might highlight for, I don't know, if you're reading about history, you might be highlighting for certain dates, certain locations, certain not characters, it's not the right word, historical figure, like when did America do this and when did Japan do that, you know, whatever. Yeah. You might be using different color highlighters to highlight different things about whatever. Well, she highlights in her novels. So like some of the, I can't figure out how to make it darker, but her key for the things that she might annotate for was, why can't we make this bigger? But she had like surprised or ugh or gross or yeah, I can't read it. But she would have different either words or like words for certain sounds, like ew or you know, wow, you know. So as she's reading, if it elicits a certain emotional response, she would assign the words. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. It's too bright. She would assign the words to the different colors of marker. So each of these would have a different like emotion or word or event or something like that. One of the books she showed was things, the name of the book was like Things That Happen on Vacation or something like that. And so it was a story about like different things on their vacation at different places they've gone on vacation. So she and her husband have made a goal that they want to go like try new places on vacations. So she's like, okay, I'm going to assign a different color. So she put each color in her key, wrote them, like marked out the swatch of the color, and then also matched up the little tabby next to it, and then left it blank. And she had her little black pen when she was reading the book. And as they went to a different place, she marked in her book different notes and things about this vacation they were on.
Huh.
And then she would highlight in the book, put little tabs outside of the book, just like you do with these little things, right? Where you put these on
the flags.
The flags. So you put it on a page. And so she knows on the page, whatever this color is sticking out, that page has information about whatever location she assigns to that color. Oh. And then she would highlight, she would just read with her black pen and just like make notes in there or doodle in the edge about like how she imagines what she's reading would look. And then she'll go back and color it in with the colors. But also, she knows that when I want to revisit what they did and saw on their vacation to make
You've
my
got it.
vacation plans, I just go find the purple.
Wow.
Or she'll do like certain emotions, like when did something surprise me? Or in a mystery, she might put one color might be a clue or a suspect.
Now,
Um,
see, that could be really cool for me for doing something like that
right.
for Friday night
Mm-hmm.
to have a way because
She talked about that.
with my dyslexia, because I learned some things this week too. I haven't gotten into that yet, but I've learned some things this week about um, one of the girls at the chiropractor, that she is dyslexic and she's going to school. She's
Mm-hmm.
it's and it's medical, and it's a lot. And there was not a lot of research, but she told me about some of the things that she's doing. Um, the ways in which I can make it kind of stay. Oh, I see.
So see this like in the front cover of the book, she's got her key where she's
Yes,
got each color, and then you can't read them, but it's like surprised or um I don't know, whatever. So like I was thinking, when we did the one where there was all those different girls were murdered, you
like the
could
list
yeah, you could assign a different color to each different girl.
and where they appeared in the story. Yeah,
Yeah, and so
I like that
when,
idea. Actually,
yeah.
that's
Or when you're reading, if you're reading a true crime thing, you could have like um victim, suspect, detective,
yes,
lawyer, whatever.
and have the flag where I having flags where I could go in, and I'm liking that where you're going with that. I am.
Right. And so it was good. I thought it was cool then too that you match your kind of as best you can, match your markers to you. I mean, I don't know where these came from, but they match exactly. So see the
They do,
colors of the
but they're
little
not Tombow
flags.
brand, huh?
It doesn't say anything, any kind of a brand, so I don't know where they came from.
It's got a ruler on the side too.
It does have a ruler on the side, and it also has the little clip. So if you have the right kind of notebook, mine broke, but if you have the right
Yeah.
kind of notebook, you can put it in there. And then it also
Um,
has white ones, and they're the translucent.
yes, I have not learned how to use the translucent.
And I don't know if this. I wonder if this micron will work on here. And
Well, my understanding on the
nope,
translucent is you want to use something like the
it didn't
Stet-
work.
yeah, you want to use something like the Stetlers, which are water soluble.
And these are nice. Like I don't know if you can tell. Can you see the line? Like
Uh huh.
that's where there's sticky from here to here. So it's more than half of the little note is sticky.
I
And
want to
these
say that they
both
have
sides.
those at Erin Condren.
I don't know. I wish there was a brand on here because I like them. It's
Yeah,
just that
you
this
might
market.
check the website and see if those are in
Yeah.
there.
Well, anyway, I thought that was really cool. And then where's my picture? And then she's an artist, so she actually also, you can kind of see on the other side here. This was the title page, and all that was originally on the title page is the words in the middle. And then she drew all of that other stuff
Oh wow, she drew that. That's on
around
sticker.
it. Yeah. The name of
Wow.
this book was Nora Goes Off Script, but apparently, like the setting of the story is in a stone cottage with like an English garden, and so she made
She did all the brick and all that stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
all the
Now she's
stone.
a professional artist. I don't know that I could go that far, but I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if this book would work for that. I guess so. Like this is the title page, and
Uh huh.
so it was like if as you're reading the book, like in your mind you have a vision of what a scene might that you really were interested in, you'd like a really vivid image came to mind, try to sketch it out and draw it,
Oh
color
wow.
it in with your markers. And so I don't know, it was interesting. The idea of drawing and writing in a book though seems sacrilegious to me, except for like learning, like just for fun, for reading enjoyment. it never occurred to me to do
write
that.
in your book. Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe I'll do it. We'll see. But it was just interesting. I thought it would be helpful for me for, some professional development. I may go get a master's degree. I'm still trying to decide.
Right.
And then the last thing on Friday night was a workshop on journaling. So that group was, it was the sticker party and create plans. Create plans and the sticker party did a combo thing. And I think it's Create Plans who sells a bigger version of this.
I think I've heard of Create Plans before.
And so it's a journal that looks like this. I mean, this one they gave us that so that we could just test it out. But you can buy like a full size, bigger,
right.
full size in that it's like, I want to say it was 7x9. I can't remember exactly, but it looks like this on the front. And then these are some samples of what the pages are. So you can have your bookshelf. You can either put stuff you want to read, like write stuff you want to read in there. And then as you read it, you color it in or.
Well, now remember, you gave me an idea and I have it saved.
I did? What did I say?
This very thing. Hold on. Let me find it.
Say a lot of stuff, Jill.
I know. I know.
I'm forever giving other people ideas, and I never do anything as cool as I suggest other people do.
Because I saved it. It was a fantastic idea. And I need to go through my phone and print the stuff that I have saved. They
also talked about if you could use this book, or you could use this as like a template. So you could lay another paper over this and draw this in your journal. Like if you have a journal, you could put this underneath if the paper's thin enough to see through there, and like put that in your journal, or use it as an idea to put it in your like dot journals or whatever.
Here's this one.
They also said you could do things like trace over this just to practice learning how to draw this stuff, how to make these doodles.
Yes.
But then this is a sample also, like the journal you can buy where it's got like, you can print out the cover of the book and paste it in here, and then you can color in whether you read it actual book or listened or Kindle. And then there's the star rating. No, there's not. That's not a star rating. That's just a little box. And then you can just write whatever you want about the book.
I can't find it now, but it was something about color coding.
Here's a different one. Oh, was it that you can say like, you could make a little quote over here and say like, if I color this one blue, I listened on audio.
Maybe.
Because I've seen people do that before. They put like a key over here and they have different colors. And so like, maybe this one was on my Kindle, and maybe this one was on Libby, and maybe this one was an actual book. And so they have different colors to mean different ways they read it. Or sometimes they'll do different colors to mean different genres and stuff like that.
I'll have to find it and let you know, but it was a great idea. I don't now remember, but I screenshot it. Like I said, I need to go through and pull those.
Yeah.
And
this is another one. And then I think there's just some dot grid so you can practice doodling.
Yes, dot grid is great for that.
Thank you for testing out the One More Chapter book journal. If you'd like to purchase the full version, valid. There's a coupon here for the full.
Okay, so you get a little bit off on one.
Mm-hmm. Made with Love by Mary Ellie. I don't know. Declary, something like that, from Create Plans, and Erica
Well,
Falco, the party.
maybe that's where I have heard of Create Plans. Maybe Create Plans is Mary Ellen.
The Sticker Party is a Canadian creator.
Okay.
I like her sticker. I've had her stickers before. I don't know where she's from. And then they also gave us these. And I think that this is something that's going to be coming out soon. You can get like full-size sticker sheets in different colors. So that you can you could put these in your monthly dashboard, or
right.
if you don't want to have a whole separate reading journal, you could just put these like in your monthly dashboard. And it says reading recap, number of books read for the month, and then top read, what's next. I don't know what this says down here. Oh, it's another code, like a coupon code. And then just other little decorations. So you could make like a section in your
I'm trying to remember
dashboard or something. Or like she's like, I've never used the sidebar on my monthly.
Right.
So she was thinking this would be a good thing to put in the sidebar on the monthly.
Yes.
Keep track of your.
That's not a bad idea. You could add that into your regulars. Yeah.
And then I don't know if I think they must sell this. It's the Sticker Party. Oh, the sticker. It has Sticker Party on this side and then the Create Plans on this side. So I don't know which one of them sells this or if they sell it. But it's washi tape that are stars. So you can stick down the number of stars.
Ratings.
Rating, yeah.
Yeah.
And they used, do you see what that is? That's a embroidery floss
for
thingy.
Flossing. Yeah, for floss.
I thought how cute for like if you're journaling, if you want to take like your journaling supplies with you on a trip for a travel set. Just wrap some of your wrap some of washi around there. And then they put it in the middle, but you really could get a couple of thin ones on here.
See, Chelsea got some of those from somewhere, and she gave them to me. I've got them somewhere. I don't know. Oh, I got them I put them on my desk. Yeah, I've got a little set of them. And I didn't have another place to put them, but you could put them on a ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get a ring.
Yeah. And so you could, instead of taking all your bulky, that's cute. I had never,
I'm guessing you might be able to buy these in bulk, but see, since it's got the hole in it, that you could put them on a ring and just say, okay, these are my favorites, or you could just stick these in a deal and take with you as a little travel.
And then they won't take up as much room in your like pencil case.
Gosh,
do you want to stop?
Do you remember the answer to this? Because I can't remember the story about the girl with dyslexia going to medical school. But I know it's something I have talked about. And I don't remember. You don't remember either? Okay.
No. But people at this.
Oh, I was just talking about it a minute ago. I was talking about the girl at the chiropractor. She's going to medical school, and she has dyslexia, and she has learned different. And I'm going to try to write some of them down. Come on, Bubby. He's afraid of the thunder. Speakly, I think, is one of them. Speechly, maybe. There's different apps. I was thinking you might know some of these.
Like talk to text app type things where you can speak it and it types it for you.
Yes, and then there's some others that help with outlines, and a
lot of that is AI tools that learning how to use.
Some of the apps you can get they will give them to you if you're going to school and you have dyslexia. In Texas, you don't get money to go to school if you're an adult. They only help.
Not from the state of Texas. Yeah.
Right. You get the
Yeah,
school
we
age
don't have much.
children can get into programs and things if they are diagnosed. But like for me, in order to have a full diagnosis and to know what all of the elements of my dyslexia are, which I pretty well know what most of them are, but um, and to get that diagnosis, it's not going to give me anything. I would not get money to go to school on it here. Anyway, but she was talking about some of the things that she uses, which are helping her with school. And that's one of the things.
There might be federal money available, especially if you got a disability.
And see, there is no disability here for dyslexia.
No, I mean, if you could get federal disability is what I'm saying. Maybe. I don't know. But because you're retired, you might not be able to, because it's not like you can't claim, well, I can't keep a job because I have dyslexia.
Right. And that's where it's at right there. That's what I have been reading about it.
Right.
Which is fine. Which is fine. I had looked it up because I knew it was on the list as a disability.
Do you have a community college in your community? Or is your town too small to have a community college nearby?
No, Wichita Falls.
That's pretty far away.
An hour and a half. Yeah, but Wichita Falls is an hour and a half, and then Abilene is 70 miles the other way. I'm right in the middle.
My friend who is, she's retired. She's 67, 66, something like that. She retired from teaching last year. Our community college in Indianapolis offers free classes to people over age 65. They can take class for anything. And then if you have something like dyslexia, you can get a 504, which I believe is a federal level thing. And the Disability Services Department of the community college helps you get qualified to have the 504, and then you can get supports through their office.
But I have to pay for my own going to a
doctor to get
the diagnosis, and then because there's no funding.
You're not old enough for Medicare yet, are you?
No.
You may have to wait. How long do you have to wait to get Medicare?
I'll be 61 this year.
Oh, so you got a bit. I mean, just learn all you can about the strategies and try them and see what works, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like this is it's not medication, right? So
no, at this point, what interests me with dyslexia is because when I was younger, and the whole reason I went into the dyslexia thing is listening to what you're saying about the coding and the annotating and all that kind of stuff falls right into my dad, who I'm taking care of, he helped me get through junior high and early high school when I learned to do what he taught me to do, which was to write an outline. If I had not, I couldn't pass my tests. I couldn't hold on to it. I knew it. I'd read it. I couldn't recall it. My recall issues are bad. So he showed me how to do an outline, which helped it to go, because writing it helped it go into my brain. So what you're talking about with the coding and the annotations and all of those things are very helpful tools to have. Oh, wow. 3 months before your 65th. Yeah. You have a certain amount of time where you have to apply. Yeah.
I'm in that group where I can't do any of that stuff until 67.
Yeah. So if you want the full amount.
Right. I have 12 more years. I can, but I also feel like I'm probably going to be okay. Like it's not like the work you did is hard on your body, you know? The work I do doesn't have to be hard on my body. I sometimes make it hard. But
to be honest, should check into. But again, I'd have to get a lawyer for disability because my back is so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's that bad. I'm right in there. And I've
Yeah.
just chosen not to do. That's why I do a lot of this where I move around so much and stand up and go walk around, go get my meds, go do things, get away from it. I have to because
Yeah.
I'm hurting like a mother right now, and I've already taken my meds.
Well, why don't we
But
put it on for tonight,
anyway,
and I can come back next Saturday and do day 2 and show you all the stuff I
yes,
got day 2.
and I will get more sleep, so I won't be yawning on everybody.
Because my laundry basket is still half full.
Oh my gosh. Well, you can put half of it away.
That's right.
You can put, and I got some stuff too. Hold on. Oh, I'll be real fast. Hold on.
Well, I'm not in any hurry. It just seems like you're hurting, and I don't want you to be, and you're tired. I don't want you to be even worse.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna stand up and do this real quick. I went to Hobby Lobby because a lot of the creators have been talking about clearances.
Yeah, in paper stuff, right?
Mine, no, nothing.
No.
Nothing.
So what you get then?
What I did get
Storage.
for my wall, I got a couple more, and they're this size. So I think they were $4.99 each, which I thought was a good deal.
Those look good for sticker books.
14 by 5 by 5. And they got the dip in the top of them, but they have a handle on either end, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they can go in my new cubes here, or the other thing I was thinking is they could go in the actual baskets themselves.
Good.
So to section them out and put one of these in there.
Weren't the storage things on 30% off this week or something?
I don't think these were.
I think it was having a storage sale, but I can't remember who.
I'm not positive about that. I got a new blender. I wanted to try this one, and I wanted it's not a blender, it's an extender, because I did not have an extender for when my pencils my favorite pencils get shorter. And so this one was regular price $6.49, but the Master's Touch was on sale this week. So all Master's Touch and whatever the other one is. So I got a set of brush pens, and they were $12.99, but they were 40% off. So I got these for what? About $6. I mean,
when you count there?
$7.
And then so when you divide that by the number of pens in there, I mean, buying one pen at a time is like $3.50 or something.
Yes. But you were talking about the metallics earlier, and they have a set of metallics.
Ooh, I love the metallics and the glitter and all that.
And you know, my other one, when I was trying to find one the other day doing that picture, and I couldn't find what I wanted, so I went ahead and got some more metallics because
one of them you used all the way up, right? You had to throw it out because it was
I had to. Yeah, and then these are the blenders, the Master's Touch blenders.
I want to have. Are those for the colored pencils?
Yeah. Yes, it's a colorless blender. I want to have them in different places, you know. So that's what I got with those, and all stuff like I said. And then I had been hearing out about the Generals.
Hold on, really quick. Go back to the blender. Do they pick up the color and like stay on there? Like, did you have to sharpen them to get color off of them?
It's like an eraser. See here, this was the Prismacolor one.
And
it's like an eraser, same thing.
So it doesn't pick up the color you're blending?
No, it really just kind of smudges it out.
Okay.
But you can also blend colors together with it.
I've just been using my white pencils to blending, but then it changes the colors. Yep. It changes the color and it picks up the white pencil picks up color, and then I just like.
Right.
But I've been thinking about getting blenders because I like the
This one
look.
is the Generals
Um,
because I've been hearing about these. This one is a drawing set.
it's like a kit, yeah.
It's a quick little kit to do some different things. And of course, you know how I like the butterflies, so thought I'd try doing that butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then
I'm starting to pick up stuff in art because sometimes I sit in the we have a open studio time certain times of the week where
right,
the art students can come and work on their projects, so they don't have to haul them home. They can just stay after school.
I picked up
Ooh,
a few of the pull-offs.
I didn't know they had stuff like that.
This one's marker basics.
Oh,
This one is colored pencil 101. These are freebies. And then there's more stuff online.
I was gonna say, sometimes I know that you can get like sometimes the people will have like they're doing a crochet along or something for the crochet patterns, and you can see the patterns online.
Yes.
Are those online too?
Some of it is. I got some pipettes. I got a small set. This set was $5.99. I couldn't beat that.
Is it acrylic?
Yes, it's acrylic, and it's just a primary set.
We can
And
blend those together too and make all a bunch of different colors.
I want to use do the jelly printing with it.
I'm trying really hard not to get into that because that looks so fun.
How to draw flowers.
How to draw flowers.
So this one I think will be fun because with colored pencils, that I can do simple.
Somebody sent a picture of flowers they were drawing. Was that Arity? You showed a picture last week, I think.
She did a flower last week, yes. These are very simple.
Interesting.
So I want to do that on camera, like set it up here, and then y'all watch me try,
Yeah. And you can doodle in your journals.
Yes, exactly. This little kit was back in the clearance section, and it's a Faber-Castell, which is a nice brand. It was $20. I got it for $4.99. It's the only really clearance item that I found.
Wow.
But it is a kit.
Oh, another kit.
And it
Color
says,
by number.
yes, and it says you got this.
Cool.
And it
has everything, the thing to hang it up with and everything. The little frame or whatever.
I could do it and then give it to somebody. It could be a giveaway here. That's everything I found. I did not find clearance stuff. I did not. And the clearance area at the back, and they had, I kid you not, with the, did you see the picture that I put up?
I saw the picture of the Happy Planner section.
There was like nothing.
Was that Michael's or was that at Hobby Lobby?
This one was Michael's.
Yeah. Yeah, the Michael's section at my store is not very big at all.
At Hobby Lobby, the floor cube thing?
Yeah.
It was one side, and there was one planner on sale. But I bought the other ones the last time because they were they had them listed as spring, and the spring stuff was like 40 to 50% off. So I had gotten a couple of them that last time. Wasn't expecting to get any anyway, but.
Hey, I saw somebody posted they were at Hobby Lobby and they were looking at the Happy Planners section, and there was, how when they're resetting, they put there's a term for it where they have the drawing, the schematic of the shelves and what's going where.
Yes.
Somebody I saw posted, either they did a video about it or they posted it on social media somewhere, that basically they were putting all of their Happy Planner stuff on clearance at that store, and they were not going to carry Happy Planner anymore. And the person, the content creator, asked a worker, so does this mean what I think it means? And they're like, yep, it's all going. We're not going to carry Happy Planner anymore.
And do you remember which store it was?
I can't remember who said it. And then that same creator went to a different Hobby Lobby, like on a different side of town, or maybe a next town over or something. And they said, no, we're not getting rid of it. So it's like maybe some stores are going to have it and some stores aren't.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've been really wondering about them for a while, but this new spring release was not bad, and they did pretty well. And then this weekend they're having a 30% off sale. So if it's on sale, you get an extra 30% off when it hits your cart, and free shipping with no minimum.
I
And
don't even
that's not
I
the
don't
last,
need
I know, but that's cheaper than it was at Christmas.
I still haven't broken into. I got 5 planners at that cart. I told you that deal, right? I got
Yes.
$2.99. I was like, if I just throw away the guts, I've
So the
got.
last question I have for you is, what did you think of the parenting one? Is that in your bucket to show next week, or
No, I didn't get one. I didn't get a
okay?
parenting.
Well,
I
what
didn't
did
get.
you
I
think
didn't
of
sit at
it?
Happy Planner. I sat at the coloring book
But
one.
did you look at them?
I did, and I've seen people flip through and use them. And I think even though I don't have little kids anymore, it could be. I think it's really good for household management, regardless of whether you have kids or not.
Okay.
There's a lot of flip throughs on YouTube of the new
Yes, I saw a
parenting one.
couple of them. But I know that you had been looking at them, so I just wondered what you thought.
If I were going to buy a brand new planner, I could see it working.
Yeah.
I also thought I could watch enough walkthroughs and take notes about how it's structured and kind of make a dashboard. The thing I like, it's basically like a dashboard, but it's like a combination of a dashboard and a vertical without such long sections. You know what I mean? Like when I use a vertical, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of space because I
When they give
don't.
you 3 blocks
Yes.
for
But
each day.
yeah. And I'm trying out the checklist one, which is basically the vertical with the 3 box, but the middle box has
Yeah, right
lines
down the middle, there's a
right.
checklist. Uh-huh.
My my brain doesn't do that. My to-do
Mine
list,
doesn't
like
either.
I need my to-do list to just be a to-do list that I can then pull onto each day what I'm going to do. So I've thought about maybe I would try, like I have those some half sheet things, and
Hmm.
maybe stick the half sheet in there with that's my to-do list, and then do some of the
I've done that
techniques I
before.
learned at this planner conference thing
Yes.
about looking at the to-do list and doing the like coding, what's most important, and then pulling the and to as more of a recording in my planner on that day, like what did I actually do and when,
See, I feel
instead of.
better when I write that down, because then I know that I accomplished things, and that it just, as far as like a mental health thing, the accomplishment of, oh, man, I did a lot today. I didn't even realize it did that much, really boosts my.
I will totally go to my planner and write something down that I did that I didn't think about needing to do, but I saw it and I need to do that, and I did it. And then I go to my planner and write down the thing and check it off.
Yeah, I
And
know.
one of the speakers at the planner conference, I think it was Elise, Plan with Elise, said, "You totally have my permission to do that." I mean, write it down. If you didn't think about it when you were making your list, but you saw it when you were walking through the living room and you did it, put it in your planner. You did it.
Well, I can't find my list. I made that list online here of all the things I was going to track, and now I can't find it. So now I have to make another list of what I was going to track. And one of the things I did was walk through the house. So cleaning my CPAP once a month, because I have to take it apart and I have to soap and water and then rinse it out and let it dry, put a new filter. That's something I do once a month. That needs to be in there for though. And I literally walked through the house. Now I got to do it again because I can't find the list.
You'll find it after you've read the new list.
I will find it and then I'll compare the list and see if I forgot anything.
Hey, did you see Kelva Plan's release yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you should go look at her channel. She
Okay.
released a whole planner for stuff like that. That's like I think it's called a home planner or
Well,
something. It's
now
really
see,
cute.
I did buy one from Wrong.
Oh yeah, she had one too. What wasn't it all about decluttering though? Wasn't it mostly decluttering or is it or the thing other things?
That's an extension, and I've my here's the wrong. No. Why is it not with the wrong stuff? See, I've been sticking some things in here, so I'm gonna have to go back. Did I slide it on the side? There it is. It was the declutter. And it's super cute with all the plants
It's
and all that stuff, very much in my colors. And it's room by room.
Mm-hmm.
But Dad and I are going out of town this next weekend, and then I'm going to go to Chelsea's in 2 weeks. So I'm not doing any of this till I get back. But
I watched Clutterbug. Have you ever watched Clutterbug?
Uh-uh.
I think that's what her channel was called. She has ADHD.
Oh gosh.
And some other things, but she has this system where you take this free test and it tells you what kind of organizer you are. And they're bug names. So there's a bee, a cricket, a butterfly, a cricket, a butterfly, and a ladybug. And you can take this test and it'll tell you what type of organizer you are. And then you can get tips on how to set things up in your home or your craft area or both, your linen closet, stuff like that, that will be good for the way your brain works.
Another little storm coming in. Here it is.
Back to the dyslexia stuff. It sounds like you might have a decoding. There's an issue with decoding, which is kind of what happens with my son. He is super smart, right? He knows a lot of things. And it's almost like his brain moves too fast for his hands. He doesn't have like memory particularly, but he can hear things and retain them and talk about them and make connections and super smart, right? But getting that on paper is difficult for him.
Your writing is difficult for me.
So it may be some other back end brain thing besides just the dyslexia could be going on as well. But
well, the fact that I have fibromyalgia with the fibro fog, the fibro fog is difficult depending on the day. But then I have days that I'm like, oh. And I'm like, let's do all the things today. And I don't know where that comes from, but I'd like more of them. Right? Okay, Lori, we'll try and do this next week.
We'll do day 2 next week.
Show us the rest of the stuff that you got. And what I might do next week is just do my down-facing camera and do my planning stuff while you're talking, and just do something down here while you're talking.
Okay.
How's that sound? I'm so glad you came up, though.
Me too. I'm sorry it took so long.
I enjoy hearing your experience, and I think it's something I want to do now.
Told you where it is next year, didn't I? I don't know where exactly it's gonna be. My house is 15 minutes from the hotel where we had it this year. So it was not a big deal. Like the first day I came home and took a nap and went back, because there's like 5 hours between the sessions. Go from 7:30 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. And then the evening session starts at 7 and goes till 10.
Good night, Arity. She's hung in here the whole time with this. You're a trooper.
Thank you.
She's a trooper. She hangs with me on my Saturday nights, and I really appreciate that. Okay.
So, depending on where they held it and where Chelsea lives.
Yeah, she lives on the North Shore, and depending on
big hotels.
Yeah, so if they do it I'd have to go across the bridge each day, but it wouldn't be bad. I could do that and then go back and not stay in New Orleans. So that would be nice. You know what I mean?
And you could drive.
Yes.
So you wouldn't have the flight.
Yep.
And then they do put out a request for volunteers, and volunteers get to go half price.
Yeah, and that's what DFW does when they do the FiberFest.
But they work really hard.
Yeah.
And they miss some of the sessions.
Yeah, and I don't know that physically whether I could do it or not.
Well, we'll see. I'm keeping an eye on it. I need to find stuff, find a place to put all this stuff before I start thinking about going back.
Well, I think you did really good, but of course I haven't seen all of it.
Well, you've seen everything I bought, everything I paid for.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, I showed you that one little bag. That's all I paid for. Everything else has come with it.
Rosie made up.
I saw her saying something about making a hair tie.
Doing the scrunchies. Hello, Manuela. I'm on my way out. Lori has been talking about her experience at Go Wild Planner Conference, and we're going to do a part 2 next week. So stay tuned. Well, next week. I don't think.
Are you going to be out of town?
I'll be in Colorado.
Well, we could pick another day. I'm off school. Things are not as bad now. We could do a...
Yeah, let me think about what to do, because... Let me see. Well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, reach out. Let me know. You email me.
We'll talk about it when I'm not as tired.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Fun.
I'm going to play my little music before I end it. So.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.